This is How is the Podcast, episode 6. One more than 5, one less than 7, with Fabs and Waddles right here.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up, boys?
We're gonna be talking about a lot of things.
You up?
But the first thing, Richie just mentioned this, and we were actually talking about this since Josh is in the chat and Josh is also in the tournament. The Twitter 2v2 tournament by Gav. So, Fabs, what do you know about it since you're not in it?
I'm not participating, but I know that Gav is hosting this 2v2 tournament. Right? It's like 16 teams, right? And a certain person is called. Been shit talking everybody, right? Waddles.
We're fucking winning this, bro. Shut the fuck up. Just stop speaking already. We're winning this, okay? Heighton's gonna get his ass whooped in the first round. We're going through to the final. You might as well just give us a bye at this point, honestly. But no, listen. This is actually fuck the competitive aspect of it for a second, okay? I tweeted. Do you remember when I tweeted? The community's like a bit fragmented.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Since then, the community's gone a bit closer, don't you think? We've got
Yes,
10 mans coming.
I completely agree.
So that's fucking dope, to be honest. So shout out to Gav for that.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, honestly, because everybody has the game, but everybody hates the game at the same time. And these stories just bring people together, and that's just awesome.
But I mean, people are gonna run out of money, bro. You gotta start doing this shit without the money.
Hey, bro, we need sponsors, bro. We need sponsors instead.
Real shit.
It needs to be an invitational.
Get the mob involved.
Exactly.
Bozo Club Invitational. Everybody together.
0 likes, 0 retweets.
1K pop prize. Anybody's gonna join. Trust me, bro.
No one's joining that shit, bro.
Yeah. So we need to talk with Gav to get. So Josh, since you're in chat, we need to talk with Gav to get. I want it to be reseeded. Like for example, like everyone's facing randoms at the beginning of the tournament, but it's Call of Duty at the end of the day, you know. So it's like. We could all get first rounded by these random people. So Call of Duty is that random. So it's like I would prefer if the randoms were put on one side of the bracket facing each other, and then all the people that know each other are put on the other side of the bracket facing each other. So like right away you get like known people facing each other right off the bat. So that's more. I think that'd be more fun. Also, I think Waddles was talking about this because Richie mentioned it. It's like right now the hosting scheme's sort of weird. It's like third map's always played in the US because Gav's host. So
yeah. So we should do like how are we gonna do it? Like so whoever wins the most rounds in the last game, no, most rounds in the 2 games together. So say if you win 12 rounds and the other team wins 10, obviously you get the host.
Right.
I think that's a more fair way of doing it. Because if we're on the US host for 2 games in a row, we're obviously got a massive disadvantage right there.
Right.
So yeah.
So yes, Josh, they are doing 1 match at a time. So like each match will be streamed, so everyone can look at all the matches going on. So you can see who you're facing next because you're not facing at the same time. So that's cool.
Is Gav streaming every game as well? I mean, most of the games. At least?
Yes, Gav I think is streaming every game. He'll be a spectator in all the games.
Every game. That's
every game.
Lot, right?
Yeah, so if you want to get the rundown of what's going on, I think his Twitch is like Gav Pie, but you don't spell pie like you use. It's like P-A-I, yeah.
Is it first of 3 or is it like best of 5?
Best of 3, best of 3.
I mean, best of 3. So if you win 2, obviously you're through.
Yeah,
right.
That's cool.
If it was one and done, I probably would have Mercy as my teammate, but he has a job, so he leaves like 2 hours after the game starts. So because of that, I see Rapture as my teammate, Cameron. And let me just say, this man is the definition of uncommitted, all right? So yesterday, I was like, get on, let's go. And he's like, bro, it's Halloween. I'm trick-or-treating. This dude is 30 years old with two kids, all right? 2 kids. He's living with his girlfriend. This man is 30, trick-or-treating. We need to get him out off the streets. And then today, he was acting as a taxi driver for his girlfriend. So it's just overall... He was just driving her around. She can't drive herself, supposedly, so he was just driving her around places.
Wow, 11 months already. Looks Lee, I am 10 on the way to my 160-month sub streak.
Bro, I'm excited for this, mainly because I want to see how the community plays, because I don't know how y'all people play COD, so I'm just interested to see.
Oh, you know how I play, right? Kind of.
Yeah. You're like one of the 3 people that I know in this
like trash. Like trash.
No, he's not trash.
You know that's bullshit. You know you're capping.
Hey, I'm capping. I'm capping. We were playing. You were playing with us yesterday, right? Were you playing with us?
Yeah, I was.
Last night. Oh my lord, that was a terrible experience.
Let's not talk about the fucking words.
Never mind.
Like, oh my
bro. We were getting bodied in pubs. It was a bad time. And then the guy, when the game was over, we were in like, you have like, in this game, you have the least amount of time to shit talk after the game ends. You only have like, I think 10 seconds to shit talk. You have the final kill cam, the scoreboard, and then like you get into a new lobby right away. So it's like, this guy waits until like the last 2 seconds and he goes, how is this name? You are a, and then hard F, like the word you cannot say, the homophobic word. He's like, Heighten, you are a beep. I'm like, bro, I didn't even do the best on my team, and this dude came at my throat right away. I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah, bro, then 10 seconds is literally a war zone. It's fucking mad. But I actually love it. I honestly miss that shit. Honestly, all the trash talking in game chat.
Respawn is awful for this game, but that 2v2 game mode and S&D is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah,
it should be really good.
I might buy the game just because of that aspect, because it's really fun actually. But Respawn sucks.
It's like someone said the GB aspects or the competitive aspect is a lot better than the pub aspect. Yeah, and gunfight, the 2v2 game mode is actually like as close to GB as you can get in a pub. So that's why people feel like, you know, this is a really good game mode and everything. So
I respect it. It's a cool game.
Yeah,
I'm just
honestly
pissed because the maps are really stinky at fucking that pub. So those maps are just a huge.
Yes. There's a bridge map that makes me want to like blow my head out.
Legit top 10 worst maps of all time. It's not even close.
Probably top 5 worst maps in all of Call of Duty history. Maybe.
So bad.
Wow, it's that bad.
It's actually genuinely terrible. So.
Is it a downgrade from Infinite Warfare? Because that game.
Yes.
Was for a little
map wise, completely.
Map
wise, completely. It's probably the worst Call of Duty map wise in any COD. Because
I don't know how they make their maps anymore, but that's crazy.
They said
like the balancing of the weapons are pretty good though. So the actual gunplay, like when you're actually getting into a 1v1 gunfight, I think is pretty decent. But I think the maps are garbage.
More realistic.
I feel like I die more times from a kid sitting in a window from behind. He's either camping in the corner. So fucking Claymore, like shit you can't even do shit about. So.
Bro, I see people running double claymores and putting them at doorways. So even if you have flag jacket, which they call EOD, you still die to it because you get hit with 2 of those Johns. Like they be stacking them up. Like it's terrible. It's a terrible experience.
It's fucking
ridiculous. God, dude. I remember Ghost was like I had like the worst maps ever, but I actually enjoyed Ghost because there was 4 or 5 good maps overall. So like you could always just leave and play another map if you want. But this game, I'm seeing people just complaining about every single map.
Bro, there's not even a voting system when you vote for maps either.
You just get thrown into whatever godforsaken map they want. It's pretty terrible. Some maps are bad because there's so many windows. Some maps are bad just because of how the map's designed. Like for example, there's a map where like there's a big street and you have to cross the street most of the time, but there's like 12 windows you can get shot from at any moment. So it's like, like
I hate that map.
you can just get destroyed, and you can check like half the windows, but the thing is you can't check all of them, so you just get instantly melted whenever you walk across the street.
Because I enjoyed Ghost. I played Ghost GBs like 2v2s and shit. That was really fun. Like Freight, Warhawk, fucking I forgot the maps actually. I think Sovereign as well. Those were really good S&D maps, but
yeah, Ghost was really good for S&D. Ghost was really good for S&D. Besides the bomb glitch, which was like one of the biggest flaws I think in any Call of Duty game.
Could you take the bomb anywhere? Right? Is that what you could do?
Major, right?
No, it was at a major. You could not defuse the bomb. You would go to pick it up, and you couldn't. It would literally not let you defuse it. So
I remember happening in the major, and I was like, wow, that's so bad.
Yeah, it cost teams like I think it cost Optic Nation like the series.
That's
they had to replay their own.
Started popping off, right? There was like
they were decent at that point in time. They were decent.
I remember Taj Taj showed up in like AW, right? He popped off in AW. I just don't remember that shit that well, but that was crazy.
Yeah, well, back to the tournament though. I was gonna say like people have been scrimming each other. I feel like that's pointless because it kind of kills like the whole surprise aspect of it. I guess. Yeah, because we faced Graham and Lambo today. It's like, what's the fucking point? We just beat them, so it's like it kind of kills it a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, even at like the pro scene, they do scrim against each other a lot, you know, and it kind of happens. Yeah, like you end up knowing how each.
And that's why you're supposed to have 5 playbooks. So you go by a different playbook every scrim, like me. I have a notebook right over there. Has all my strats, just for this 2v2. You know it. So someone mentioned Blanksy up there. So let me be clear. Blanksy has more time played in this Call of Duty than everyone participating in the tournament combined. All right. Blanksy wakes up, plays Call of Duty, sleeps, wakes up, plays Call of Duty. Like 16 hours a day, Blanksy is playing Call of Duty.
He's playing pubs,
And
just having fun in pubs.
yeah, you know, he's playing pubs, torturing himself, getting camos and everything.
Nasty, bro. That is
So,
nasty.
and he's gonna get first rounded. So just know that you can
He wants to
clip
complete
this.
the whole game.
You can clip this. You can do whatever you want with it. Blanksy
Yeah,
has
great.
400 hours on this game. It's only been out for a week. He's getting first rounded by whoever they're facing.
Wait. Who's Flyro against?
I'm
first
actually
round?
excited. Hold up. If
don't
Fire
know.
actually pops off, because a lot of guns are like really tapping guns and shit, like semi-auto guns, and one tap in the head. And if he pops off in that game, if he finds a sensitivity, he's gonna fucking destroy everybody in this game, bro. I'm actually excited to see him play.
Imagine if our team and Flyro's team goes out to randoms in the first round. Do you know how much it would kill the tournament? Like, bro, I'm just saying.
Yeah, the randoms part kind of killed it a little bit, but I guess you need some people to fill in.
Yeah.
I understand.
We'll talk. I mean, we'll probably talk with Gav later tonight about like some changes
Yeah,
that can
you should
happen.
reseed it
Yeah,
and
we
make, like,
all
the
want
randoms.
changes. Okay?
Reseed, host change, rule change, something like that.
Yeah.
A couple things. But
I think everyone will be fine with it.
yeah. So the first big question we're getting into is Waddles an oil prince? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. Genuinely,
Blood
Blood
I'm
money.
gonna ask you this. No, I want to ask you this, High. Do you
Okay,
think
okay.
it's actually illegal?
No.
So you don't think? Okay, so a lot
No,
of
I
people
don't-
legit think it's illegal. Okay, I can say this much. I
Mafia.
can't exactly tell you what it is, but it's online. It's an online business. Okay,
So you work
and
from home. That's it.
I pay tax. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I got.
Okay, yo, if it's online, legal, and he pays taxes, there's nothing to worry about.
All right, that's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
We got some people e-girl wise who don't pay taxes, all right, and what they're doing is legal. So
You know, Chase didn't pay his tax.
Oh my
last
lord.
year, bro.
oh my god,
You brought it up on the stream. It was so funny, bro. I shouldn't even mention it, but fuck it. I don't think he cares.
oh my god.
But Waddles, weren't you talking about fucking evading taxes like? 2
No,
months ago?
okay. So basically, first year when I started making a little bit of money, I kind of finessed the system. I guess I tax avoided. I'm gonna say it right now. I tax
my
avoided, guys.
lord,
Clip
oh
it.
my
Send
lord.
it to the what's it called? IRS. But it's not the same in America.
We are
it's
the
really-
IRS at the US.
IRS,
I don't know
whatever,
who you
yo.
have.
But yeah, I kind of avoided it, but like only a little bit. Like I went over a bit, and I kind of put the money somewhere else, so I didn't get caught. Yeah.
Wow, that is
Damn.
money
That's the
laundering,
truth.
crazy.
But besides
Okay.
from that, I haven't actually.
And that was just the first year. Okay, so you've been honest
Yeah.
since then, respectively.
Yeah, I've been paying tax, guys.
That's elite.
You gotta
Respect.
support the this government. Fuck
Well,
yeah.
that's a quick question for you. Do you ever think you're gonna reveal your little job to everybody?
Okay.
The Waddles job.
The thing, no, I don't think I'm going to reveal it, but I think it will get exposed. I really do think someone's gonna
You
expose
think?
it eventually.
Is it
think
like
I
a
know
terrible thing to
mine-
get exposed? Like if everyone in the
No,
community
I
knew
don't
about it, would it like get
I
deleted
just
or
have
something?
a fear of people seeing me way differently, and number two, it could actually affect the business a little bit. So that's why I don't want to tell
Gotcha.
people.
Sure,
so,
really, really dickheads and they know about it. They might try and just,
No, there has been people. I mean, as soon as even when I'm just make a lot of money, people just fucking shit talk me for that. I've had this one kid fucking. I'm not even gonna mention his name, but on Twitter he was just shit talking me because I had money. I just blocked the kid because fuck that shit, bro. Like they always just attack you for having one little thing, you know. So if I told them my job, I'd probably get insulted for it. So I'm not trying to do that.
And other people might be like,
Get
yo,
roasted. Get
maybe I
roasted
can
for
try
it.
and give it a try and do that shit.
Yeah, I'd probably get roasted for it. I dead ass think I would. Right, Fabio? You think I'd get roasted, right?
Yeah, I think Harry kind of clowned you a little bit, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Harry knows. Harry knows, and he clowns me.
Yeah, but it pissed me off because he clowned you. Like, that. Oh, I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
you
like,
fucking
bro.
Oh
idiot."
man.
Like, it's-
Only he
not a
said
joke,
he
but-
said OnlyFans. Or,
Oh yeah, he owns OnlyFans.
If I had an OnlyFans, oh my god, I can't speak. Why would I be hiding that, bro? I'll be
Yeah,
posting
these
ass
girls
pics on the
be-
top. I got AK forwards,
putting
bro.
it everywhere, putting it on the Bozo cast right there at the top of the
Oh my God,
overlay.
yeah.
OnlyFans / it's
starting
Waddles.
screen.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Everything.
Oh, we
So-
had to control Harry actually. This was the only thing I was actually worried he might leak it, but he didn't. So I was like, I was fine with
gotta put that man in a straitjacket sometimes. That dude is out of
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, he leaks a lot of shit sometimes, but this time he actually stayed
The
quiet.
the Tom Holland of the Bozo Club.
The Tom.
Tom Holland. All right. So
He's
speaking
mad.
of the community, and people
Go
going
ahead.
crazy in the community if they found out about Waddles, tell me about the current state of the community. What do you guys think the current state is? So a while back, Waddles mentioned how the community's become fragmented. What do y'all think it is now? Y'all think it's starting to mend? Do y'all think it's toxic, less toxic? Do y'all think it's getting? What do you think?
I think in this community, I can tell you now, in private, it's really toxic. I'm sure people always shit talk each other in private, and then they make it fake to people's face. I mean, it's quite common. I'll be the first to admit that I've done it before. I don't do it as much anymore, but yeah. But the way the community is, like in public, I guess it's not as toxic anymore because no one really talks to each other. If that makes sense.
Yes,
like
before,
that makes sense. You know, you see a fallout, everyone will be on that shit. The whole timeline will be talking about it. You know. So yeah, I guess that's what I could say about the community for now.
What about you?
I haven't been around for like, I mean, I used to lurk since like 2016 maybe. I used to see Galen and all the fucking mob guys and shit. I was never really active that much until like last year maybe. And I got in, and at least the last year, people were like not this toxic and not that separated, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But now I think people just found their sub communities and are making like more groups and shit. And due to that, I think some people have like egos and they hate each other, and it just happens, you know. And like Richie said, if we do more community events like what Gav is doing, that could be a huge thing for us, you know. Like we can maybe grow something new and make something out of it.
Yeah, 10 man's are great and all, but like they get a little bit dry after a while. So you know, this is a new idea. Also, I also want to mention that I do think the community is a bit more together right now than before when I made the tweet. Yeah. Yeah, I just think you just gotta like get over it. Like subcultures or whatever, fucking little subgroups. Fuck that shit, bro. Like no one really cares. We're all just the same fucking people.
Like it actually gave me an idea to do something like it. You know, like maybe host like some grudge matches, a money match between two teams or something. That could be really cool. Like these beefs that people have, I could just take it to a stream and they can just, I don't know, play CS or whatever they want to play. I can just host these games. You know, that's a cool idea. I mean, like even put money into it. That would be fucking elite.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like it has to be someone has to kind of like come out and do these ideas. So for example, Gav, you know, he had the balls to do it. You know, when it comes to 10 mans, it's gotta be one person who's fucking like trying to drag everyone in. It's usually you, Heighten.
Yes.
So it's like one person has to like kind of fucking push for that shit. So I feel like that's what more people need to do.
Bro, it's like
to play together.
The last 10 minutes tweet I sent out, JR or Natural with an X, he's telling me to go outside. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get us, you know, trying to get us to play. And this man literally just says like, holy shit, go outside. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I'm just trying to play some CS with friends. So, I guess my opinion is like, it makes sense at the end of the day is like, people find other people that they like agree or mesh with better, and it makes sense why sub communities form. It's the whole like being in the community and then pushing away where you came from.
It's kind of like gatekeeping your own sub community.
Right, and like you said, I think I saw your tweet, Fabio. It's like some people actually hate the mob community. They get into these sub communities because the mob community, and they're like, I hate mob stands. It's like how does that work? How does that work? It's like you get into a community.
Everybody's a mob stand in their eyes, and it just pisses me off, bro. Like, I don't know what they're trying to get with that. It's just so annoying, dog.
I don't get it. They're just trying to seem cool. I will never slander like someone who stands a group or whatever, unless it's like really obsessive and like they're coming onto like replies like, you know, BTS stands or whatever. Like,
right.
K-pop stands. But like most mob stands are pretty cool in the community.
Yeah, it's like
said some like fucking Bozo cast, and this girl was like, who? Like, oh, some mob stands. Yeah, I got you, mob stands. Like, what? Doesn't even make that much sense. But I guess
if you use mob stand unironically, you are a part of that sub community that has now turned on the main community, and you need to do some soul searching because it makes zero sense.
Shit.
Like literally, you're just like the one that's the outcast. Like no one gives a fuck about you. That's why you're talking shit.
It's kind of like they think since like everybody likes the mob and shit, they're like, oh yeah, maybe if I'm different, I'm so cool. You know, I just hate on them. I'm gonna be the only different person. You know, and that I'm cool for that. No, you're not. You're just a fucking loser. You know.
Right.
That's real shit. But yeah.
Real shit.
Dude, you know what I like about the fighting game community? If they have beef, they take it to a stream and they just settle that on the stream. It doesn't matter. Like if you lost, you have no reason to speak, right? And we should do that in the mob community, in my opinion.
Oh,
like,
bro.
Like, I mean, but what? Okay, Kai and CS.
How does that settle?
Hey, we should settle it. We should settle.
I'm telling you. All this is like, oh, you talking trash? Either show up in the next major or money match me online. That's literally what they do. That's what they do.
Bro, it used to happen on MW2 Rust. I remember that shit, but like, it doesn't happen like that anime.
Like you settle beef, like $50. Put your money in. Let's fucking tell it.
Like back in the day, the entire mob community was centered around Call of Duty. So like that would be the common game that brought us together was Call of Duty. Now it's shifted so like the mob community is centered around like people instead. So it's like no one has the common game. Like we have people who play Overwatch a lot. I think you Mental's in the chat. That dude was like top 100 at one point. And people like Flyra who know life games and goes to Kovacs 8 hours a day. It's like, you know, we got people who play a bunch of different games. So it's hard to find like a uniting. It's hard to find like a uniting game. Yeah, it's a good thing that we have so much diversity because no one game kills off the scene. But it's like it's hard to find a common ground. I think what we need to do is tic-tac-toe, a series of tic-tac-toe games, you know? That's the easiest.
Bro, what? No, you can actually figure out how to play tic-tac-toe in a way where you'd never lose, I'm pretty sure, right? If you go first. If you go first.
Yeah, there is a way.
But if you don't go first, you can lose.
Okay, so maybe we use proxies. Maybe, like, for example, if Waddles and I were beefing, it's like I find someone to 1v1, you find someone to 1v1, and they fight each other, and win. Like, we get proxies for people. Like, I would get Ooga Booga, and then you have to choose someone that's 14 or younger, so you would choose Harry, and then, like, they fight to the death in a game.
Play like gladiators, you know, like people from different houses. Yo, send my fucking Spartacus to beat this guy.
Yeah, it's like...
Let's go.
Exactly.
That would be crazy, but
nah, beef doesn't get settled in this community. It's mostly just you just get blocked or soft.
People will still keep shit talking. Yeah, that's a cool way to.
That's a shame though, because it breaks ties. You know how if you got a subgroup and one person falls out with the other person, then the whole subgroups fall out with each other, and that's what makes it separated more. So yeah, it does suck sometimes.
So I think everyone should adopt my mindset of beef. It's like if I think I have any sort of problem or like a small flaw with somebody, I just say it. Like I remember when Wallace came into the community. And like he was giving money to a lot of people. Like he was brought up at one point, and I think Mako was streaming, and I was in the call with them. I'm like, oh, it's Waddles, the guy that just bought his way into the community. Cause like I didn't care for Waddles back then. I'm just like he's just a guy he's just a narco that gives money away. So like that was my like small beef with him. But it's like I didn't just hold on to it with like a grudge or something and let it like get worse and worse, and eventually I just like fucking hate anything that involves Waddles. Like some people they'll do that. They'll have like a small flaw with somebody and they'll just hold on to it. So it's like I'll just
mention names.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention names, but there's this guy, right?
Yeah.
Like for months, his only argument is like whenever Waddles does like a tweet like over 1K likes, he quotes the tweet saying like he maybe subtweets or something. It says, "Oh, this guy bought his way to get this juice." Every single time he does that. One time I soft blocked him and he gets so fucking upset. I was like, "You're just talking shit every day. I'm not gonna just sit around and see you do that." You know, he gets so pissed. Like I've never seen anybody that mad because of
the kid still has a Justin Bieber haircut in 2019, bro, and he's trying to talk shit, bro.
That's tough. That's a tough one. That's a tough scene. But yeah, I think if everyone just like. It's fine to like have beef with somebody, but you got to bring it out. So it's like, so you have a chance to settle it. If you just hold on to it, then like you're no better than like fucking high schoolers and middle schoolers and everything.
It makes it worse.
I mean, I didn't take that to offense. I don't remember you saying that height, and I'm gonna be real. But yeah,
it's probably because a lot of people were saying it, so it's just like.
Yeah, no, legit, everyone was fucking saying it at the time, especially
because he just came out of nowhere, you know, and.
No, I had 200 followers, 300 followers, and got to 1.2k.
I knew him. Yeah, I was like, yo, this is crazy because he got like 1,500 in a day or 2 days. And I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I've stopped doing giveaways, to be honest, because of the shit talking people give me for that. So it's just better off not having to deal with that, I guess.
So speaking of people on Twitter and beefing and whatnot, what do you think of FaZe Rain in his past week of Twitter activity?
I'm pretty sure he had like previous episodes like this in the past, right? This is not the first time he was
right.
Like,
correct.
He always went crazy, but not this crazy. You feel me?
Yes.
But this time, it was he made threats, right? He was making threats to somebody.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Yeah.
He was saying homophobic slurs and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then next day he shows up and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got hacked or whatever." I think he was joking.
Yeah, he was joking like, "Oh, I've been hacked."
Come on,
yeah,
like, dude, if you drop the F-bomb, like anyone else is getting suspended. Like, where's the double
1,000%,
bro? I don't understand. You should be suspended realistically.
He's a part of a fucking company at this point, right? That like they have a bunch of sponsors and shit. And when one of the people that represent the company wilds out like that for like it was like 2 hours of just pure fucking bullshit that he's spilling, you know?
Right?
And that hurts your company a lot. So I'm guessing he had a real tough conversation with banks and all the guys that represent the company as well.
He talked shit about Banks in the tweets. He said, there's some guy that I tried. He said something like, I've been with this guy for ages, and he's not here when I'm down or whatever. Something along them lines.
He said,
I think he was just subtweeting Banks.
Remember when Banks had like that, like the Adderall thing, the Adderall problem that he had, like he was addicted and shit. I'm sure Rain helped him and all that, and then when Rain needs help, he didn't help him.
No, he did, because it was in the New York Face House, and they even made a video about addressing the situation. So yeah,
that was pretty.
I think Rain completely deal with that in the worst way possible, taking it onto Twitter for the first way of doing it. I don't like he went out. No, he went at everyone. It wasn't one kid in the DMs though. If you look at the replies, he was talking shit to everyone. It was like, "Suck my dick, fucking
right."
Go fuck yourself." It was like,
he was DMing people, like he was going out of his way to DM people. Like that one, I think Fabio, you had posted the clip.
The cherry on top of the cake was when he said, like, he sends the kid a profile picture and says $10,000 and who finds this dude. I'm gonna shoot it out.
Bro, that blew my mind when I saw it. I'm like, bro, this man literally put a bounty on somebody. Like,
I'm like, bro, this kid is like 16 or something. He doesn't know what's happening. He's gonna be scared as shit. It's crazy.
So, that was pretty funny to me. It reminded me of the Joker, like, or in Batman when he was just like 100K for anyone that brings me this man dead, or 200, like double that if he brings him alive. I'm like, bro.
People put that in the replies, yeah. So,
I'm like, bro, that's hilarious.
I don't know why FaZe Rain's putting bounties on people, but I don't know. He has to explain that one. He needs to explain that one.
Somebody, I feel like you should make a video at least, like.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody mentioned like once a COD kid, always a COD kid. You know, like, bro, if a COD kid back in the day had a lot of bro, if a COD kid back in the day had like hundreds of thousands of dollars, he would 1000% put a bounty on somebody. Like he would 1000% put a bounty on somebody. Like, so I mean, that person ain't wrong.
Nah, it's true. Wrong. Yeah.
I would honestly be scared, bro. Like, you don't know what context he has and that type of money, bro. I don't know, 10K, dude.
No, if we're talking like the aftermath of it all, though, like if he doesn't make a video, I think he's more vulnerable now in the way he is, because like everyone's just gonna attack him. He looks way worse. I think making a video is the best thing to do for him.
Yeah, he definitely needs to address it.
Did Keemstar report on this thing on Drama Alert?
I would hope so. Keemstar reports on a lot less and smaller stuff. Like, he had to have said something about this. So Daniel's in the chat. That brings us to what Daniel replied to the thread. He said, "This is the worst anime crossover of all time."
Wow.
Daniel, please say psych. This is your chance to redeem yourself. Please say psych.
You have one chance.
Yeah, bump.
That's pretty cool.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
I don't think he's paying attention. That's how I distract him.
Damn, bro. So what else? Someone mentioned grime music and
brother.
So can I get some? I'm open to looking at grime music. Can I get some genuine like feedback and opinions on grime compared to rap? Because I'm sure you guys listen to actual American rap, so it's like.
You go ahead, because I'm not into that shit, honestly.
Okay, so you know what? This is embarrassing because I don't think I can explain to you what grime is exactly, but I can give you a rough idea. Grime is like a certain different type of instrumental. It's from like, I think it's derived from like UK garage music, like if I'm not wrong.
Garage music?
Garage or garage.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so it's like different beats, you know, it's like hard hitting, and that's really the main difference. And the bars are usually like not, you know, deep or anything. They just like chatting. It could be about anything. They could just be chatting shit about anything, bro.
Gotcha.
So that's like the general vibe. It's not serious at all. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, really. I don't know.
So is there serious rap in the UK community? Like,
yeah, no, there is. There's like in a way, if you could call them conscious rappers in the UK scene. Okay. But the biggest scene right now is the UK drill music, which I don't know much about. But like drill is just like fucking shit that you play anywhere. Like playing in the club, they fucking play it at parties, bro. UK drill's
like trap music, but like the UK version of trap music.
Yeah. So that's another.
All right, drill. Understood. Yeah, because 2 people asked about grime. Just gotta get that out the way.
I definitely think people should give it a go, like 100%. Like some of the like artists saying that, but yeah, I think so. Anyway, it's like a different type of music. It's like you just gotta give other type of music a chance. Like I didn't like a lot. I used to just listen to one genre and stick to that. And obviously,
another big question.
Open-minded.
Gotcha. Another big question. The Sam's man, not the Sam man, LOL. The Sam's man. I think he was in chat earlier. Asked, "Where do babies come from?" Fabio, take it away.
Wait, hold up. Where did I come from?
Where do babies come from?
Oh, where do babies come from? I thought he was talking about me. I thought when I just finally popped into the community. Where do babies come from? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna talk to one to wild.
You wanna know what my mom and dad told me? You know, my mom and dad told me that babies came from the sky.
I respect that.
That was the real explanation when I was younger, and they never told me actually where they came from. I had to find out myself, which was kind of, you know.
Like, was that it? Did they say they
came from the
perished?
sky and I didn't find out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
How old you guys were when you found out that women have vaginas and shit? Because I only found out when I was like 10 or 11.
Probably like when I first watched degenerate porn in junior high. I was probably like 13.
I think I was 12, year 7.
I was like,
pretty sure.
I was in science class or something, and like they were like transporting this body, and I was like, wait, what is that? And then
no, actually, yeah,
that's the said it, and I was like, cool. I thought everything happened from the butt, like from female perspective. I was like, wow, butt everything.
They pooped the baby out.
My thing.
I thought it was from the butt.
My thing was like, I knew they had a butt. I thought they had a hole, and I thought they had a penis at this like. So I thought they had.
Everyone thought they had a penis.
Yeah. I'm like, they have to have a hole for something, because they're different. But like, how do they pee? So that was what elementary school me thought. So
I mean, these days having okay, I can't say that on Twitch. Never mind. Just move on.
Yeah, these days it's like.
These days it's not that bad. You know, it could happen. It could happen.
You know, like this whole thing with like pronouns and shit. There was this game.
Oh yeah, pronouns. Yeah.
That only had female taunts and male taunts. It didn't have like a neutral thing. And they're suing the game now. Like they went back to development to fix that shit. Apparently.
Damn.
I mean, they're not suing, but like they made like a big thing, and they had to go back to development. And I was like, well, for that, that's fucking crazy.
That's fucking bad. Why would they do that? I
So
just kept it.
Speaking of like that stuff, did y'all see the Twitter post of how Twitter's changing the rules on the whole hate speech thing?
No, I didn't know that.
Basically what it is, it's like if I was to tweet someone the N-word, just hard R, like that, no one else can report it except that person. Like if everyone else reports that, nothing will happen because
only the person that you mentioned?
Only the person I mentioned can report that. Nobody else. So it's like, if everyone in the community reported me for calling someone the hard R, but that person did it, then it doesn't matter. Twitter.
So mass reports are gone.
Mass reports are basically gone. Yeah, it's basically gone. It's just like, if it doesn't affect the person that you're tweeting at, who cares? And I'm like,
if I don't add anybody?
Ooh, I don't know.
Then you cannot get suspended whatsoever. If you just say it straight up, like, I hate all.
What if it's a blanket statement though? Like, I hate. Yeah, can you get suspended for I hate and
no? Because
Bro, that's the dumbest change ever.
Sure,
I don't think so.
That's only for hate speech. I'm pretty sure like you can still get banned for racism and like.
I mean that racism is a part of hate speech, I think.
Oh, I mean but overall tweets, kind of like how nudity.
If it was like a threat or something, like I'm going to kill all something, then I'm sure you know then that's another level.
Get reported, bro.
Yeah, hey, bro, you're out of here. You're out of here.
I'm sure like category where there's not like exclusive dimensions.
No, they actually report that shit to the police most of the time. Legit, if you tell you're gonna kill someone, they fucking report that shit.
So, with that rule in mind, I think they should retroactively unban everybody, because that's how I got banned. Other people went and saw my old tweets where I was calling people like, you know, we were just tossing around like the F word and all that stuff. Yeah, we didn't care. But like, it's when other people were like, oh, I don't like this guy. Let me go through his old tweets and report him. So I think they should retroactively unsuspend people.
I hope that doesn't happen because my old account is so cringe.
Bro, just deactivate it, bro. As soon as it gets deactivated.
We're in 2016, right? I wake up.
Fabio, please don't expose me, please.
I'm playing COD, and I see this guy in a thread just arguing with the Keemstar, just having beef with Keemstar, fighting to each other. You moron, you old ass dude. That's not how you're supposed to do
he replied to me so many times.
And
it was
Keemstar
weird.
replies back, "Who are you? I don't know who you are. Why are you?" He's like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm like,
oh my
why?
Lord.
It's 9 a.m. These people are just going at each other.
I was just bored, man. I was trying to get some attention.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that feel. So speaking of it being 9 a.m. and everything, time zones. What do y'all think? So you guys are on like a normal time zone, right? What time do y'all wake up in the morning?
3 p.m.
Okay, never mind. Fabio, what time do you wake up in the morning?
I have college every day, so I have to wake up at 6.
Okay, so your thing is normal. If you didn't have college, do you think your schedule would dissolve into 3 p.m. or would you keep
Back
it?
in summer, like when I had nothing to do, I would wake up like at 11 a.m., 1 p.m. around those times. But like, I need to wake up and have lunch and eat like proper. I can't just wake up at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. and not doing shit. Okay?
Right.
So people that wake up like 4 p.m. like really late and their excuse is, oh, I don't have college, I don't have school, I'm in summer break. You're a bum.
Okay, so you would agree that Waddles,
Wait.
Breezy.
Waddles works at like.
I have to work in NA time zones. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
He kind
understandable.
of works at any time, so I understand his point. But Breezy, the whole good night at 5 a.m. Sometimes I'm going to college, and I'm scrolling. I'm seeing 1 hour ago. Good night. I'm like, wait, he's in the UK, right? Crazy. It's weird, but some people do live the bum lifestyle. That's crazy.
It's like I made a tweet. I was just like, Breezy is a UK resident on the American sleep schedule. Ace Thug is an American resident on the UK sleep schedule, and then Kevy Skills is on like a coin flip or roll some dice and figure out when I wake up sleep schedule.
Bro, Kevy's
has the worst.
Weird.
It is like it's a constant changing thing. It's like one day he'll wake up at 5 p.m. One day he'll wake up at 7 p.m. One day he'll wake up at 2 a.m. It's like an ongoing like I'm gonna roll some dice and figure out when I go to sleep. So it's pretty.
Is that because he literally loves modding chats? I'm not even kidding. This kid will watch a stream and his favorite streamer and will not go to sleep till they go like offline. So that's why his fucking sleep schedule is fucked.
Yeah, true. He's in like every COD chat, every single COD chat. It's like they made him.
How he does it, bro?
It's like he's a bot, but at the same time he actually does talk with people.
Yeah,
like
he's true.
He's everywhere. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's normal looking lad, good guy, but his sleep schedule is atrocious. I'm assuming he gets paid for his efforts. I'm assuming he makes money off modding.
I got a question for you, Hayden.
Yeah.
I want to ask, what was your first impression of the Bozo Club and the community that we kind of have?
Okay, before you reply to this, even my first impression is like, okay, I put myself in everybody else's shoes, right? These 4 kids call themselves the Bozo Club. They're doing podcasts. My first impression was like, this is not serious. Like, this is obviously a joke, right? That was my first impression. Like, as an outsider, obviously. But I'm gonna let you take the wheel now. You go ahead.
All right. So when I heard the name Bozo Club, I was like, this shit is unoriginal in every way imaginable because that was when the Rip Bozo was like a trending meme. It's like Rip Bozo, die hate or die.
It was about May, June.
Yeah. So like everyone was all.
March.
It's like everyone that was in the community before that, we always use Bozo just for like Rip Bozo, die hate or die, like from all the suspension waves. But like now that I think about it, it suits you guys really well because like you guys do some bozo like things. Like you guys are genuine bozos at times. So it suits y'all. It suits y'all. When I saw the 4 creation, I didn't know who you were, Fabio. I knew Weird B, and I only knew Weird B because he was like some weird looking white kid that was tubby, but he was UK. Yeah, back in the day. Harry, I saw some memes about him and how stupid he can be. And then Waddles, like this was like back when I think because you guys weren't
after.
Yeah, it was after you had joined the community and everything. It's like some time had passed, right? So like back then I was like I'm fine with Waddles now. So I'm like Harry, Weird B, and Waddles. I'm like, okay, I know those 3. And then Fabio.
Did you look at us as like a mob wannabe group or anything like that?
Nah, like there's always been room for there's room for infinite groups here. Like anyone can call themselves a group with a name, but it's like until you actually put content out with that name, it's like it doesn't really matter. It's like
because everybody had their own groups and had like their own
like Jay has Downer CS, and whether that's a meme or not, it's basically not a meme at this point. They actually play with each other a lot, and like that's their own little group. But it's like they don't do anything but just play with each other. It's like you can be a group and not actually do content and stuff.
You can be a group without a name. I mean, we just put a name.
Yeah, you can be a group without a name. So it's like there's Tiki Barber Esports. Ace Thug will regularly post about how bad everyone is. I will stream and show how bad everyone really is because Ace Thug will just show the highlights. I will show the ups and downs and genuinely terrible things that happen within Tiki Barber Esports. So it's like everyone can have a name. So it's like I didn't care for like I wouldn't call anyone a wannabe at this point unless you call yourself the Mob V2 or like
99 robbers.
or like Mob the or something like that. Some variation of the name the Mob. It's like no, you can exist just fine. and you guys actually started doing stuff. So, and I like how you guys are always in each other's chats. It's like always supporting each other. It's like that's a big thing. Like Weird B's here now. Harry's probably asleep or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably
Harry's
we were really lucky though, because the way we formed the group is kind of impulsive to say the least.
Yeah.
So we could have easily broken up and not liked each other, but it just kind of worked and meshed really quickly.
Like, I'm pretty sure we all realized that the mob wasn't really active.
Oh yeah, there was at that time.
Thieves and stuff.
No,
and
it was before they
joined. Yeah, it's before they joined, but they're already talking about it, like in Nate shot and stuff.
Right.
So we subconsciously knew that somebody needed to had the opportunity to hop in and do something and maybe pop off out of it. So I knew Waddles really close for 3 years. Harry also knew Aaron for 3 years, but the four of us didn't have that much chemistry because we didn't know. I didn't know Aaron or Harry. So was Waddles, that close. We were like, maybe we can pull this off. It could also it could do really well, but it could just backfire and do shit. So we got lucky with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then groups come and go. Ace saying TB doesn't exist, and he's only saying that because he does not have the new Call of Duty because he's broke, and he's on terrible Wi-Fi.
He's on the college Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah, he's look, his college. The thing about Ace college, it's they have old dorms, and the old dorms have terrible internet. So
yeah,
it's now if he was to move to my university, which is right down the street, and go to my college with my dorms, he'd be able to stream, play games. He can do whatever he wants because it actually has good things. Yeah, he's the newest dorm with dial-up.
I think it was I don't know who started it, but it was Ace got DDoS and something and took the whole Wi-Fi down in the dorm and they beat him up with.
Oh man, that too was great.
And socks and shit. I was dying at that back in the day, bro. That was hilarious.
Bro, that too was so funny. I don't know. I can't remember who tweeted it, but
yeah, me neither. But
that was a hilarious thing.
Wait, hi. Were you ever part of Fame Gaming?
No, I stayed away from Fame Gaming because they were cancer. They were going way too. They were just adding anybody into it. It's I'm Fame Gaming, you're Fame Gaming, we're all Fame Gaming, and then it's they started beefing with each other. I'm yeah, that is a group destined to just explode.
There's still kids like that used to be in Fame Gaming that still do shit similar to that.
It's
yeah.
That group was destined to not do
Very
well.
Funny,
you know what's funny though? Hi-end people have this impression of you that you're probably that type of kid that that's fucking toxic and probably put shit under people's replies. That Fame Gaming did, I guess, but you didn't. So.
Oh word.
Why do you think people have that impression of you?
I don't know. People usually have a negative impression of me because the clips that get out are me being really toxic, which makes sense. It's if only thing they see about you is you yelling at people or you raging. It's they're gonna think this dude has problems. This dude's a toxic person. But
that was me with Harry actually. I used to see his clips float around the timeline. I'm this kid seems really stupid. I don't want to be friends with him. Then I got to know him, and I was man, he's all right. He's not that bad. But that's the impression I get from people usually by these clips.
He's still fat though.
It's no one's clipping. Yeah, like Lemmy said, no one's clipping wholesome height. I tweet. Yeah. I put positive energy on the timeline. I put positive things out there. Most of my stream, I spend probably 1% of my stream raging. It's most of it's just me humming or singing songs, talking with chat, just trying to have a good time. It's
do you know CSGO 10 man? When you were raging.
Oh yeah.
Everyone thought you was pissed at us, but to be honest, you weren't even pissed at us. You were pissed at the other team the whole time. You were talking so much shit.
It's okay, so yeah, I got really mad in that CS game. But the thing is, I didn't take any of it out on my teammates. Maybe
That's
one
true.
statement was on my teammates because some dude had literally 1 kill. But it didn't really matter because we were getting slapped anyways. I was mad because the other team. If we were just getting slapped, I would just be whatever, fuck this. But it's because they were actively trying to go out of their way to make it fuck this guy, fuck high.
Chat and shit, bro.
They would not get kills and spam the chat. So I'm all right, they want to be fucking toxic. I can be more toxic than them. So let's do it. So that's why that clip got out. It's because I fucking went ham on them. So
it was funny though, I'm not gonna lie.
It's I very rarely the thing is I don't like raging at my own team. Unless one, the game's over, or they do something really, really dumb, or if they do something the exact opposite of what I asked them to do. If I say hold this angle, and they run somewhere else, and then we both die because they didn't hold the angle, I'm you deserve to get roasted for that. You deserve to get cooked for what you just did.
If I ever get mad at my team, it's probably I'm just joking. I'm never that serious because I don't like raging at my team. I'm usually just joking about it.
You did Twitch things? No way.
Yeah, I used to do Twitch things, and I still probably. Yeah, it's like I did Twitch things.
Please do it again. Please do it again.
Like I'll do it again. Because no one. Actually, no. People did clip it, but like it's the people like. No big person clipped it and put it on the timeline. Like I'd be like, yeah.
I can't imagine you singing, bro. I'm gonna be real.
It's like I so sing on stream all the time. It's just or yeah, I sing on stream all the time. It's just like I haven't done Twitch things in like a few months. So.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty nice. I never seen you do that.
Yeah, it's like that's the most wholesome high is me just attempting to sing songs. But here's the thing with Twitch sing, it's like it wants you to do get the vocals right. But like I can sing a song without getting the vocals right, and it'll sound better than if I attempted to get the vocals right. You know, it's like I don't want to try to get the vocals right, but at the same time I want to get the points. So it's like I sound more stupid than I usually do. It's like, yo, I'm just saying, when I'm in my car and I'm singing, I sound amazing. All right. America's Got Talent would definitely pick me up. So
yeah, when me and Graham did Twitch things, it sounded like a chicken dying. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it again.
Tough scenes.
I would love to do duet karaoke streams, but it's like Twitch sings isn't for that. It's for like pre-recording and then going over somebody else's song. So it's like you would do part 1 of a song, and then I would do part 2 of the song, and they would be mashed together. It's like instead of us doing it at the same time.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, Kindness is the country. Maybe.
Is that true?
Yeah, sometimes. I have a playlist of country, but it's like I don't know. It comes on every once in a while, and I won't skip it. Some songs are good.
Music in America is way bigger. Like in the UK, if you listen to country music, you're like the weirdest kid ever. Like legit, no one listens to country over here.
It's like A-Stug was, I think, born and raised in Texas, but he was born and raised in Austin, Texas, which is like the weirdest city in probably America. So he has literally their motto is like keep Austin weird. So it's like that's the actual like city motto is keep Austin weird. So it's like they just try to do anything that would set them apart. So anything that you deem weird in society, they actually want in their little city. So A-Stug has no actual idea what it means to be Texan because he never lived in Texas. He lived in Austin, which is like a disease of Texas. So it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
United States has so much different culture, like between every state.
That's true. Yeah.
That's just pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah. And you can also hear accents. Like I don't know if y'all know who Broseph is, but it's a guy in the community. He's more in Jay's community now, like sub community. He had when I met him the thickest Southern accent I've ever heard in my entire life, and I'll probably ever hear in my entire life. I can't even imitate his like yeehaw Southern accent because of how redneck it was. Like when I heard it, I could not stop laughing for 5 minutes straight. It was like that. It was like that. But no, it's like, yeah, you can hear accents in people when they get mad. Like my dad's from New York. He was born and raised in New York, and he came down to Texas like decades later. It's like I only hear his New York accent whenever he's like really, really, really upset, which barely ever happens now. So it's like,
does your accent change depending on who you talk to? Because that happens to me. I don't know if that's common.
Yeah, whenever I speak with more Southern people, it comes out. Like whenever they have an accent, like it'll bring it out of me. But besides that, it's just like I'm not changing my accent. It's just my accent just changes for them. So
yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Exactly.
So, but like my dialect, if I speak with like more sophisticated people, I'll like obviously talk different than.
That's okay. Like vocabulary choice may vary. Like usually my slang and the accent I use when I talk to people back in my hometown, because I came from Africa, so like when I talk to them, I feel more comfortable using slang, you know. But Portuguese people, I'm more reserved, and I'd rather not, you know, just swallow that and say things they don't understand. And I think that's the same with a lot of people.
My cowboy hat is downstairs. Do not worry about my cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat. You have a cowboy hat.
Oh yeah, I've seen you wear that before.
I also have a MAGA hat. MAGA.
Oh god.
Make America great again.
Time when people used to get beat up by using that stuff.
Oh yeah, you still get beat up. You go to the wrong spot with a MAGA hat on, you'll get jumped. What? It's like wearing the wrong. It's like wearing the wrong color when you're in a gang. It's like you're gonna get jumped.
That's so like radical. I don't know.
It's I know it's very radical. We live in a very polarized world. It's like before there were two sides of the story, or two sides of an idea, but it's like they were pretty close to each other. It's like they could have a dialogue and they could talk. Now it's like this. It's very far away. They'd rather fight than actually have a conversation. So it's actually a meme for me. That's why I always say like, we're going to start a dialogue like that. I like that meme. We're going to start a dialogue. I like that.
Seeing that on the timeline. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's the same in the UK though. When it comes to politics, like when Trump comes over to UK, there's people. It's like fucking thousands of people in the streets, fucking protesting and telling to fuck off. So it's the same shit.
Is Brexit as polarizing over there as like I think it is? Like,
no. So like if you talk to someone about Brexit and they have an opposing view, 9 times out of 10 it will be a really chilled conversation. It's not gonna be fucking shouting at each other. Okay. So I don't think it's that polarizing. Brexit is like most of Brexit is like people voted yes and most people regret it. I think if you look at opinion polls, I think now it was 51% to 49. I think now it's like 60-40, which is a big like margin if you think if you know about politics. Yeah. So it's a big margin of change. So people can see the positives and negatives, and yeah, it's not as polarizing as American politics, not at all.
Okay. I was never too into politics, so I've never really cared about it until it actually happened. I was like, wow, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, like just the idea of Brexit is just like wow, current year, something like that happening. It reminds me of like it's probably one of the bigger events than like if you guys remember Egypt, like I think it was a decade ago, Egypt actually had a revolution to where they became democratic, I think.
Really?
Or like they became closer to democracy like a decade ago. And like back then no one reported on it. Like you didn't really see that much news on it because like they don't really want people to know like, hey, yeah, this still happens all the time. You can still revolt against your government. Like that's still a thing. So for whatever reason. But like Brexit for me, like that's a pretty big thing to leave the EU.
Yeah.
Definitely up there with Egyptian revolution.
Most people have come to terms with the decision. So even if you regret voting yes, most people just want it to be over with because it's taken such a long time to get Brexit to actually happen. So even if you voted yes and you actually regret it, people still just want it to happen because it was a democratic vote. You can't go against a democratic vote,
right?
Because that would cause way more, harm than good. So generally, yeah, most people are just like, yeah, get it over with now.
Like the 40% would probably do something drastic if they reversed their decision.
It would be awful. If they reversed their decision, it would be terrible. I'm telling you, it'd probably be riots and shit. Like genuinely. You can't do that shit.
Y'all remember Pangea? Yeah, man. Way back then, I remember Pangea. I remember being able to walk to China. You're right. I remember good times. Good times.
My bike and just go all the way there, chilling with the homies.
Chill with the homies. Hey, I'm just saying, Pangea was a thing. Y'all be able to come out to these COD events and hang out with everybody.
I'm gonna just go.
We just gotta bring everyone back together. We are open to questions in the chat because I think we got through the majority of the questions that were tweeted at us. Oh yeah. So Fabs, you are now in a league, correct? You are in a professional league.
So let me break this down real quick. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, right? I used to be like in the Portuguese scene and stuff. But to actually like do something good from the COD scene, you have to be like top 2, top 3 in the world. I mean in EU, so like they can fly you out,
right?
And I would like it has to put so much time into the game that not only I had to put time, but my teammates also had to be good and all that shit. And I didn't like the fact that my teammates wouldn't put in like as much time as I could, so I just kind of stopped playing COD and I went to like fighting games. I was always into Mortal Kombat and stuff. And when the new MK came out this year, I was like, damn, I'm going to be the best in this country, probably. I go to the first event. Nobody knew about me because I was never into the Portuguese community. I was always like against people from NA and EU. So I win the first event. They're like, yo, who is this kid? Like, oh, let's just keep like doing more majors and see like if he can come up and all that. So next month, I win the second one. They're like, yo, he's actually good. So they dragged me into this little group they have, like with managers or so and all that. And they're like, yo, we can do this event that we're going to fly you out if you win. I was like, all right, cool. I win this shit. I go to Ireland. And there was already like a pro league. I was competing for the pro league in Ireland. And I got 25th, I think. They're like, yo, that's elite. So we like, they wanted to keep me into the scene, but even because like I knew that if I lost in Ireland, I wouldn't play anymore. And I did lose like 25th. So I was like, I'm quitting the game. But they hit me up again and said, yo, we can do a little league for you. Not for you, but like for the community in Portugal. and they got like 20 players, 25 players and stuff, and we all qualified and stuff. And now there's this ESL league, and they're playing for money, and there's like 8 people, I think, and we play every week, and we have like, I think they used to average around 15 viewers, but now I kind of involved the community in, like our community,
Right,
where I
right.
think they averaged 35 or 40 last time. So now they know about me, and they actually think I'm a good asset for the community.
I thought ESL had more than that on that street, did they?
On the Portuguese fighting scene, it's pretty dead.
Oh, okay.
That's why they want to keep me around, because I said I was going to quit because I lost like fucking Ireland. Now they want to keep me around. And they said maybe if I could keep this going and have like good numbers, they might sponsor me and just fly me out, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
So yeah.
So now,
that's cool though, because
they can fly me out again.
So you play weekly? Is that right?
I'm now competing weekly every Monday.
Okay, every Monday. Gotcha.
He's 2-0 right now.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty crazy.
No,
Yeah, we were watching that.
And it's
if I
for
was
money and stuff.
in a pretty privileged position if you think about it though, because most pro players don't have a following in the MK scene anymore. So that's really cool because I'll get him places.
They said I'm like the only guy that can actually get like okay, most of the pros have like a dead Twitter account. All they do is say, "Oh, I'm going to this event, goodbye," and tweet like a week later. I'm tweeting shit posts and all that, and sometimes they hit me up. Oh yeah, I saw that Twitter, but that's pretty cool, super funny and shit. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious, dude.
He's a pioneer.
Yeah, they actually enjoyed.
Hey.
Yeah, but it's pretty dope.
If I ever get sponsored by you, so that's elite. I would.
So wait, you know the ESL league? How would it? So it's judged on points, right? Over like how many weeks?
It's 8 people right now, right? And they're doing round robin. So we play twice a week. That's like 4 weeks of whatever. I'm sure the top 4 is gonna go to like some type of finals, and after that we play for like the big prize. So if everything goes well, I guess but I don't think it's points. I think it's like whoever has like the most wins.
Would that get you into any other tournaments?
So the only reason they're doing this league is to keep the scene alive, like the Portuguese scene alive. And they asked me for my recommendation to like how they can make it better. And I was like, you just keep doing more seasons, you know, after this one, do another one in 2020. Just keep doing it, you know. And if maybe something well happens from it, you know, we can involve more people and just grow the community. Because right now it's pretty dead. Like I think 20 people try to qualify. And that's just awful, man.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. That's pretty big because like I think you're the only because we've had people in our community like or people who are close to our community go like pro and stuff. Like Jay and them, they know a guy named like Poyo or something like that, or I forgot his name, but he's like in pro in CS now.
Oh, that's elite. I remember dude almost qualified for the World Cup, right? Like
yes. Yeah. He was.
I forgot his name. It was like Green or something.
Yeah, I forgot his name too, but he was really close. I think he was like 1 or 2.
Green, he nearly qualified.
Yeah, I think it was around the time where the fucking sword was in. Like he played on the week that the sword was in the game, and he lost because of the sword.
Yeah, bro, that is just so bad.
He's still popping up in Fortnite. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I remember.
I can never understand like game developers' mindset when they have so many weeks to change something, but they take so long to do it. Like I know it doesn't take I know it takes more than a day to change something like that, but they will just drag it on. It's like it's never gonna get better. Like just fucking change it, put out a new patch.
I think they usually try to like put it with other things in that patch. You know, it's like okay, yeah, this needs to be done, but we also have these 5 things that are almost done, so we're just gonna wait for those 5 things to get done, and then we'll do it all at the same time. That's what they try to do, but like sometimes, like the sword, like some things that just get terrible feedback, they need their own patch. Like okay, like that's gone. Like for example, I think CS, like they're pretty big. Like whenever something's actually I take it back.
Are they upload like weekly or something?
Glitches, yeah. Weekly, there's Steam updates.
Yeah, there's always weekly.
Terrible glitches, they can do stuff.
But balance patches are really rare nowadays, right? For
Yes.
CS.
Yes. Like right now there's a gun called the Krieg or the SG, and that gun everyone hates it because it's a one-shot headshot gun, but it has a scope on it, so you can get even more better angles and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, and it costs $50 more than the AK, and the AK one-shot headshots too. So it's like the Krieg's pretty broken. It's pretty hilarious because I'll kill SureSave, who's like a big CS nerd with like 4K hours,
Oh, man, it just pisses them off.
And yeah, it gets them really upset. So, yeah, it's pretty funny, but I mean, it's whatever.
I don't know. Maybe if they had like a team of actually like pros that don't compete but work in balancing, I think most games would actually. Yeah, it won't work because they could have some biased opinions and shit.
No. But do you know the COD event? I'm pretty sure they invite pros out too, and they give feedback, and they didn't listen. I'm pretty sure it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, here's the thing: they invite content people.
They invite content and people that don't even play COD. So that's weird.
Yeah.
And then, but here's the thing: like, if you're a content person, you can know when a game's like this doesn't feel good. Like, if you play COD every year and they follow you out, like, hey, this doesn't feel right. But like, they're always hesitant to call them out because, like, what if you're the minority? Like, let's say T. Martin played the game, and you're like, he's like, yo, this doesn't feel right, and he tells the developers like, yeah, all these things need to be fixed. But then let's say they don't fix that stuff, and the game comes out, and everyone loves the stuff that you called out. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, what if you were wrong? So it's like no one wants to be that guy that makes them change a bunch of stuff when the community might have liked it. So they prefer like, yeah, this stuff's broken, but let everyone see that it's broken, so everyone together can say how bad it is. So that might be their train of thought, but like sometimes pros know what is right and wrong. Sometimes pros can just tell you like, this shit is broken. Everyone's gonna agree with me. Please take this out, and like, but they don't do that. Like,
yeah, there's that, but there's also you gotta remember. Obviously, these companies they have testers before the games, like while they're in development.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they could get pros to do that instead because they'll give you way better feedback than some random old boomer. You know.
I played a game called Injustice 3, right? And they invited pros to do game testing and balancing testing, but the same pros couldn't compete in the game for money for 6 months. So I'm pretty sure with every game. So like, let's say they call out JCap or something, or like a really known COD pro,
right,
and he does game testing for the first like 3 months before the game comes out for them, like to see if everything's fun or not. He won't be able to compete because that gives them like some certain advantage. I don't know.
Right.
So they have to sign stuff to not compete in the game.
Yeah, and who was it? I was in Jay's Discord and I was just typing in their chat, and someone mentioned how like Call of Duty developers specifically, like not Activision themselves, but like, you know, Activision's people. So IDub, like Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and all of them, like they are not the same type of developers as like Riot. So for example, he was saying like Riot, those people who develop League of Legends stuff, when they're done coding all day for a video game, they'll go home and play a video game. Like they'll either play that game or play another. Like they're actual gamers. And he was saying how that makes such a big difference because when you're a part of gamer culture and it's not just a job for you, you understand what people love and hate about a game. He's like,
it's rare where like a developer is good at the game. That's really rare to happen.
Yeah, and the thing is, the developer doesn't have to be good at a game, but he has to understand like the culture of the game, and he has to be like, okay, he can't go like 4-20. He can't be atrocious at the game. He has to be like decent. But it's like he was saying how the IW developers just go home, and that's it. They're done for the day. It's like they come, code, they have no idea what they're coding, what the like purpose is behind what they're doing. And they just come home and like that's it. Like they don't play games. They're not part of gamer culture. They don't understand like what goes into a good game. So that he was saying like how that's actually like a blockade for them. It messes them up. And it sort of makes sense.
You have to count like people who got degrees in coding to get these jobs. They're gonna be in the like late 20s, at least maybe 30s. So at that age, you know, if you talk to most people in the late 20s or 30s, they don't play that many video games. So I think that's why you don't see many of these developers play video games in the spare time as much as they should do it, anyways. So
I mean, what mainly bothers me is like when they make a map, they design a map. You remember Stonehaven from Ghost, right? You could walk in a straight line for like 35 seconds, 45 seconds or whatever, and you would still not get to the end of the map. I'm like, did they play this? They actually enjoy making this map. Like, what is going on in your minds, you know? And it's just, I don't know how if they have fun when they design their game. I don't know how that works, but they're doing something wrong.
I think they like, they're, because they have people specifically like for map design, but I think those people like want to flex. Yeah, they want to sort of like flex certain things that they're capable of designing and creating. So if someone's like really good, like if a map designer was like, I love houses, I love making a very realistic looking warehouse or house. So they're gonna want a lot of maps with houses, so they can flex that. Like, look how good I am. Look how detailed this house is. Look how detailed these warehouses are. It's like, look how detailed all these things are that I love to make. Instead of like, yeah, we're gonna make a 3-lane map. We're gonna make sure these things, coincide into what is usually in a game.
I think Nate Shot mentioned something. He said like he missed when COD maps were not too realistic, not too like you look at the COD map back in the day, you're like, oh, this seems like a fun place to be.
Right.
Like, we don't like depressing war maps, That's just boring in my opinion.
True. Yeah, like Black Ops 2, none of the maps are really depressing if you think about it. Hijack's not depressing, Nuketown not depressing. Yeah,
it's grind. Like I was like the first DLC for Black Ops 2, right? Like the first map. I think all the maps were good. They had Hydro, you had grind.
Yeah, those are all colorful, fun maps. Yeah. So, Ace Thug mentioned Tina. I don't know if y'all know who Tina is. She was she was supposed to be the community manager for Call of Duty during the Ghost era. So what that means is like, we have feedback for them, like, hey, fix this broken thing, or we want this nerfed. We tell her, and she translates it or tells the devs, and then they change it. Anything we told her never got changed. So eventually we're like, whoa, you're the manager, nothing's changing, so we're just gonna take it out on you. So like, people were like harassing her, attacking her, like all these terrible things were like going on with Tina, and it was pretty funny because even though she was a community manager, which literally means be a part of the community, she ended up deactivating and going private during the year that she was working.
Tweet longer, read or whatever.
Bro, it was pretty. That just gives testament to how stupid the COD community was back then, but also how dumb Infinity Ward was. Tina also went on to do Apex, so.
Oh, really?
She actually made a tweet, and this tweet I think blew up. It was like, when I was in college or high school or whatever, kids always told me I could never be a game developer. I could never be a lead designer. I could never do this. I could never do that.
She had to bring
and like she said that, and she said that. And the thing is like, not even 2 months later, Apex was dying because they never changed anything. They had no content. They didn't do it. They just put it out there and like, okay, we're done. And then Apex died basically. It's like, who plays Apex now? Like a fraction.
Didn't they hire like 25 huge streamers, like over 10K viewers every day?
Yeah, they did something.
The game was fun. Like February was like the best month for Apex probably because it was popping off.
Yeah, they had a good marketing plan, but then after that they didn't have anything.
It just died. You're like, okay, I've got to win in this game. I know every single place to loot in this map. What else is new? There's nothing else. Like, you're just grinding for no reason.
I know what we could talk about, actually. I just remembered. What do you guys think about Shroud going to Mixer?
Shroud going to Mixer.
Because that's the second big streamer now. And I heard that more streamers, mid-size, like, 10K, are going to be moving over 5K,
I would do the same, honestly, because Mixer...
If you think about it.
Because the thing is like... First, I want to talk with Shroud. I would like if I knew Shroud and Ninja that way, I would want to see like how long their contract is for. I would ask people around like, if the contract's for 5 years, okay, that's 5 years that Mixer's guaranteed not to die because they have these two huge juggernauts.
Yeah.
If these two huge, because these guys aren't going to stop streaming anytime soon. They're peaking right now. They're going insane. Like they're huge. So it's like, I would figure out how long they're staying there for because that's like guaranteed. Mixer's going to be up for the next 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a good move, honestly, because they want to build a new platform, and it's a good movement, I guess. It's just people get too in their feelings for that shit. Like, oh my God, Twitch is going to die because no, it's not going to die. It's always going to grow. It doesn't matter.
It's like it's Microsoft versus Amazon. No community's going to no platform's going to die anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I don't know. If you're like a bigger streamer, I think it's worse because I think your viewers will be more fragmented. You'll see probably a drop in viewership. But because like say if there's a big streamer on Mixer, a big streamer on Twitch, it's gonna become a bit more fragmented if you think about it. But if you're a smaller streamer, I think it's better because it'll be less saturated. So you got more chance of getting new viewers in your stream.
Like if you pull a small streamer like he's doing really good on Twitch and he gets moved to Mixer, does he get paid enough for that? Like his numbers might fall off and it might be a really bad idea for him. These big streamers are getting paid for
they're getting signing bonuses. Yeah, they already get the money. They're getting signing bonuses just for coming on. So One person in our community that's done it. I don't know if y'all know who Hayes Bad is. He plays like Rainbow Six.
I played Rainbow.
It's like
I know who he is. Yeah.
I think he went to Mixer for like a couple weeks, maybe a week. And I was always like going in there and asking him like, how is it? Like, how's the community? How do you like it? And like he'd always say like, this is good. It's fine. It's weird because it's so different. But then like 2 weeks later, he was like back on Twitch. He was just like, nah, fuck that. He's just like, nah, fuck that. So I'm like,
no, it's not at that stage. I don't think it's at that stage where it's like got a full community. You know, Twitch has got such a unique experience as a viewer. You know, with the I don't know, it's like weird. Like look at the mob community, for example. Like it feels so connected. You know, every streamer, I feel like you're way more connected to the streamer. That's what I feel, anyway. And I don't think Mixer has that yet. And especially like you got emotes as well. Emotes is a big thing. I don't think people realize.
Emotes is a huge thing.
Like
emotes are so bad.
That's part of the Twitch culture, and like Mixer doesn't have that type of culture yet. So
yeah,
it's gonna take years.
They need an interface overhaul. But if anyone's able to do that, it's probably Microsoft. Like maybe Apple is really big with like design, so I don't know what that would entail. But
well, you know one thing they've done good? Apparently the video encoder, so you know when you're actually watching the streams, actually better than Twitch's. So that's fucking impressive. Really? If you think about it. Yeah, it's high quality, better bit rate and shit. So yeah, that's impressive.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, I guess like, for example, if I was like a little kid or I was like 12, 13, 14. And
your favorite streamer.
Yeah, my favorite streamer went to Mixer, but all my other favorite streamers were on Twitch still. I would literally just watch my favorite streamer on Mixer whenever they end the stream, close out, and just go back to Twitch. There's no community on Mixer yet. It's just like there's no like genuine community on Mixer. It's just like they're there as long as their streamer's there, and then they're gonna go back to Twitch, whoever they want.
I haven't watched Shroud once though, but when he was on Twitch, I watched him a few times. So I feel like I don't know, because like I know what you're saying, but you know I still used to watch Shroud, but like now I've not been on Mixer once to even watch him. I don't even bother. So that's just
their sign up process is terrible. I think if I remember correctly. Yeah, like, I have the OG Heightened, but I had to like make a Microsoft account and then and then like unlink it and then do
forever.
Like it was pretty bad.
I just logged into my old Microsoft account. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just get the OG fabs and I'll just leave. But
yeah, like the loyalists, like the loyal people, like the very loyal viewers will go to Mixer. Everyone else that just casually go by every come by every like week or something, every couple days, they're not gonna go to Mixer for you. They're not gonna open up Mixer for you. You know. Not gonna do anything. So it's like you're gonna keep your loyal like 20,000 viewers, but like the extra 5K that were coming in every like day, every other day, it's like those people are gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
probably more for these streamers.
It's very it's very good for Mixer. I mean, it depends how much money these people got from Mixer, like Shroud. It depends how much money you got, but it's probably like a good call. Like, you know, Mixer's.
I think it'll make both better platforms if you think about it.
Yeah,
you know
for
how
sure.
Twitch has been shit for a while with TOS, double standards. I think they'll start, fixing their shit in recent.
I'm hoping Apple comes up with something.
Oh god, that's gonna be something.
Oh, bro.
Hey, you already know their interface will be the best one out of everyone else.
It will be elite. But switching to Mixer, it probably hurts your self growth as a streamer. Because you're not getting like the extra viewers from Twitch anymore, and the people that I usually see on fucking Mixer don't watch other streamers, to be honest. So it hurts your self growth, but like the platform is growing, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
Yes, I said Apple. Yes, I said Apple. They now have Apple TV, even though they're getting shit on for Apple TV because Disney Plus is out. So.
Oh yeah, YouTube gaming kind of.
Netflix could do it.
YouTube gaming
could do a streaming platform.
Netflix could do a streaming platform. Google, yes, that you mentioned Google. Yeah, they will.
I mean, Google is YouTube. Google owns YouTube.
Oh yeah, so they do already have live streaming.
Yeah.
That needs an overhaul. I feel like that needs an overhaul.
No, this is true. Like many streamers agree. Like YouTube had so much potential. At one point, they had Ice Poseidon move over. They had a bunch of other people. Yeah, they were doing decent, but they never ever fixed the interface for streaming on YouTube, and it flopped.
And you know who we need to call about this? Fwiz. Fwiz is the head of. Fwiz is the head of that. He's the head of that.
He's active on Twitter. He used to be active on Twitter actually.
He's involved in this community pretty much.
Yeah, he is.
He used to be active as hell, but it's cool. But they have like a pretty big community already on YouTube. So like as long as they improve the overlays and all that, and make it like a better way to like navigate and shit, that could be cool.
Yeah.
YouTube Premium $20 a month. Student at
Really?
$6. Student is $6
Gotta
a
pay
month.
$20 a month for YouTube Premium. Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
like YouTube Red. It gives you whatever you want.
Yeah, you can.
I have like I have like the YouTube. I have YouTube Premium, and I have YouTube TV. So I just use
Does
YouTube.
Premium let you watch movies as well? Is that involved?
Yeah,
you have to
YouTube.
pay
Yeah,
for
YouTube
this,
Red.
right?
You can watch YouTube Red exclusives and whatever movies they. Because sometimes they have deals, but you can watch
That's
the
not-
YouTube Red series. Like if you know
That's
who
not even
Vsauce
bad.
is. You know who
I
Vsauce?
knew-
Yeah. They have those exclusive like series for YouTube Red people.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a lot.
Michael, right?
I was never really into YouTube streaming because I don't know. I just stay on Twitch. That's the problem.
So I guess going back to the mixture, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for I think everyone involved. Mixture's only gonna get bigger, so it's like you need some big fish in the pond to start out, especially if you're ready to make those big changes. Like for example, if they come out in the next like 6 months with a huge interface like rehaul, like all right, then I'm like okay, like I'm ready to go to because right now their interface is cancer, the chat's cancer. If they were to change, like they're only one big update away from changing all that. They're only one big update away, so it's
like they're also moving streamers that have like really dead chats, like Shroud and Ninja. I don't think their viewers are really cultured like when it comes to like fucking chat interaction and all that shit. If they move XQC,
what about
to
Tim the
Mixer?
Tapman as well? Tim the Tapman's got a good community.
If they move people like really good communities are actually like engaging and all that shit, that's gonna be better. But I don't think XQC would ever like. I mean, I don't know what people think. To be honest, he could if they pay him enough.
what they're gonna do is they're gonna end up finding one emote and then make it pure.
Yeah.
Like you know what they're gonna do with emotes. They'll
Cactus. They'll put cactus in the chat box.
like they'll just be spamming the most random things. Like right now, if you know emote culture, you understand what they're saying just by emotes. But it's like they're gonna make their own language over there on on the fucking Mixer.
Cactus, bro. I don't know why they.
Bro,
it literally
cactus kills me.
front page. I was like, let me see what they have in here. I see fucking cactus. I see a Happy New Year 2018. I'm like, what is this? Why do they have all this shit?
Bro, it's worse than Android emojis, like legit.
They are.
Oh,
I remember when
swag.
when Fabio was playing, we were like Fabs up, and we were putting the cactus emoji in the chat for the league. That was pretty funny.
I was dying, bro. People actually took that shit. Like, when I was making the Obama Bozo cast, I was like, what's the most random thing I could possibly say? Like, Bozo up cactus. I was dying when I made that, bro.
You made that tweet as well, didn't you? And it banged about Mixer emotes.
It was Shroud and it's so bad.
Yeah.
If they had millions of dollars to pay to these streamers to move out, they could just hire somebody that knows about emotes and all that shit.
Well, no, they actually been. You know how we got BBTV on here? What's it? BTTV?
Better Twitch TV.
Yeah, BTTV and FFZ emotes. Well, they actually have something like that for Mixer, but I don't know what the emotes are like. But I know they have an extension for that as well. So they're working on it.
Frankerface goes crazy. I love Frankerface emotes.
Yeah, FFZ is great.
It's like putting them in chat right now. They're amazing.
Harry was gonna do one, like the wide emotes. He had one, but I don't think he
Oh yeah, what was it?
Wide Harry
Happy, yeah.
Weird face, like smiling and shit. That was really wholesome, but
it was
forgot
funny.
to put it.
But yeah.
Ace said, "Let's come together as a community and make a better streaming site, like Hitbox."
We got
the
funds.
Hey, wow, you got the you got the funds. You got the funds.
I got the funds.
Okay. Oh shit. Let's go.
The audio, everything. That's cool. Let's see what happens.
100 Thieves needs to make a streaming site.
Oh god, dude.
Hi, and I got a question for you. Okay.
Go ahead.
What made you start this podcast?
I always wanted to make a podcast because I always wanted to expand on ideas with people in the community. Because everyone has different experiences, so it's like if I can just find a couple good ideas and we can have a good conversation on it. Because I always learn something new in each podcast. I like talking in depth about things. So, like I've always ever since I started streaming, that's the whole point. That was one of the main reasons why I started streaming is so I can talk in depth about stuff, articulate thought better. That's like one of my big premises of streaming is just so I can get better at articulating my thoughts. So, podcast is just another extension of that. But when I saw you guys started up, I'm like, if they can do it, like there's no reason why like I cannot finally start mine. Like you guys, like you didn't inspire me, but you were like sort of like the last like yeah like that push. Yeah, it's just like I sort of needed to. I need to get on it.
So,
well, I don't know if you saw our first podcast. That was awful.
Was tough. But the thing is, I don't even know why we chose podcasts. I don't know why we went with that. I guess it's like a way to, just talk to people and have like one place we can all be together and shit.
The thing is, we never. I don't think we didn't even think about the mobcast when doing it. We just kind of went and said, "Fuck it, let's do a podcast." I don't know. It was weird. But like
the name BozoCast, I don't even know who came up with the name, but it pissed me off a lot. Like the BozoCast. I guess it became a thing. I don't know.
No, but there's definitely like a craft to it. Like you were saying, it does help you articulate thoughts better. We haven't done a BozoCast in a while, so we're actually off form right now. But when we used to do them weekly, it does actually help a lot. To speak better. Articulate thoughts better. So that's a good point to make.
So plus, that's like my
getting guests and not like getting guests is also really cool because you get to see people out of their streams. And they're gonna hop in and talk to you and interact with us and see how dumb we can be sometimes and all that shit. I think we're gonna have. I'm pretty sure everybody saw. Saving the Beast coming off. I've never seen that dude out of the streams.
Yeah.
So I'm really hyped to see how he is. I'm gonna talk to him. And
the Beast.
That's why I like actually doing podcasts.
Yeah. When's the Bozo Club X 100 Thieves for Phase happening?
What? Brother, what? I mean, listen, Ava did say, he said on the return stream, we're going to get you guys on a mobcast one day. I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
He's memeing, bro. He's memeing.
Yeah, he's
bro, they need bro, they need to get some, what was it, mobcast funds so they can just fly out everybody. So it's like,
that would be cool.
That's what they need to do. They need to just fly out everybody.
Well, they're not good at saving money because fucking Mako be gambling all that shit. I don't know what the other three do with it.
No, you expose them now, bro.
I mean, everyone knows.
Yeah, this man Mako knows how to gamble. Stays doing it. Chase too. He's been getting chased into it. Who else?
Oh god, everybody gonna be addicted to that shit,
bro. Yeah.
I wonder who do you guys think the first mobcast guest is gonna be? You guys got a guess?
Nate Shot.
Nate Shot.
Nate Shot.
I think Nate Shot would be too obvious. I think
that's
why it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's obvious or not. It's the hype. The hype.
Yeah, the thing returning is pretty hype, but like maybe somebody in LA they were not.
It's gonna be someone easier, like in LA. I don't think it's gonna be like across the fucking state.
So they got the contacts now. They got Nate Shot to vouch for them for some people they want. They could get like a really cool vlogger.
I feel like if they get Nate Shot though, it's a bit. It might be a bit boring. Because I didn't know Nate Shot so well already, I guess.
Or like it would be our questions. Show. It would be our questions, wouldn't it?
That's true. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's like if I would want it to be somebody who like they interact with a lot. It's like, or most of us know, So everyone knows Nate Shot. Everyone knows Courage. It's gonna be one of those two. I'm gonna put my money on.
It wouldn't be bad. It would 100% be good because they know each other as well. But seeing them use somebody, I mean. Yeah, put somebody in the podcast that we've never seen. Them interacting that often would be also cool.
Deadass, I really think Drake will come on a mobcast one day. I'm calling it now. It will happen one day.
It will happen one day.
Like on a big milestone, they'll probably get it.
They need to
seeing Frosty
blow up
and
more.
Drake in the same room is like.
They need to definitely get blown more. I mean, like Drake goes on different other people's shows. It's basically the same thing. If the mobcast gets big enough, I actually think it could happen. You could see Drake on the mobcast.
Drake talking with Gigi Frosty, bro. I don't.
Oh my god.
What they finna talk about honestly, bro? What do you think? They're gonna make the
Aubrey,
joke like Aubrey,
yes.
Drake to his fans gonna be laughing. Oh my god, yeah, haha, you're very funny.
No, I think Drake will think it's funny.
So do you guys think like the peak of the mobcast would be getting Drake on it? Y'all think that would be
I think that is like the biggest milestone.
I think any like musical artist that's actually like popping off would be cool.
That'd be a weird dynamic
as well, because Lil Dicky already like did a show for them, didn't they? For the 100
Yeah, that's true. I think they'll definitely get a music artist on, at least one. I think that's
Lil Dicky would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Lil Dicky's just a funny guy.
Oh yeah, Lil Nas X. That's a good show.
Lil Nas X, been like fucking with him since the old Twitter days. I guess he used to be a tweet decker, right? I don't know.
Yes, he was a tweet decker. He was the epitome of it. You think of like Dory and all those people. That's what Lil Nas was. He was like the biggest tweet decker known to man. So he was one of the biggest subject. Lil Nas stinks. Yeah, Jack does not like Lil Nas. But
no, I think his music
loves
It's
shit.
cool to have him though.
But I think he's a cool guy.
Yeah. I mean, in the music industry, everybody's like one hit away from like making it, right? That's the same thing that
Right.
happened with him. Like you get one
That's
hit
true, yeah.
and you're on the way to success. So
Get on
Yeah.
mashed potato on the cast. We good. Hey, I think everyone good. I think everybody
skip big pass on
involved
that, honestly.
is fine.
People think we're joking. We actually pay our guests to come on. Like, that's how desperate we are.
Mm,
You know, I paid Chase 500 gifted, bro. That was his payment for the
Damn.
cast.
Can confirm. I joined a minute after you gave out the last gifted sub. I'm like, okay, I saw the aftermath of it. I saw him like, I'm literally
saw him.
shaking. He's like, I'm literally shaking. I cannot believe this. Everyone in chat was still doing the pogs and everything. I was like, God damn.
Well, I was like, hit me up, and he said, "Oh, forgive me what I'm about to do. Check Daniel's recent tweet." And he's flexing, dude. I'm like, wait, why would Daniel randomly?
Fabi was
flex-
so confused.
and it would like involve Waddle. I'm pretty sure he has to be paying him or something. But I actually did it to Chase. I was like, that's pretty cool. That's at least.
Yeah. I was gonna give him 100 gifted no matter what, to be honest.
Yeah. Now
But then the
there's just
500
memes,
was
you know,
just, I don't know, I get really stupid and yeah, I don't know.
It just snowballs and he just wilds out, right? That's cool.
Let me, yo, Jack, go fuck yourself. No, I'm joking.
So Bozo House anytime soon. You're gonna wait till Harry
Oh
graduates.
my God.
Will there be a Bozo
Okay,
House?
This is pretty scary,
Harry's got
right?
4 years of school, bro.
This is
So
pretty
y'all
scary, like,
saving up
in
for those
4
4 years, right?
Okay,
I
Harry's
don't
in a
know
really
about
good position, like to stream and all that, because in 4 years he's gonna be 18.
Yes.
I'm gonna be 24.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'll be 25. Because we're doing math.
I don't just have 4 years laying around so I can use them put on streaming and shit. Harry, like he's still doing high school and all that shit. He's gonna be 18 soon. Like it's good. He's in a good position. Not me. I'm pretty sure Aaron is on his way to like 20 as well. So he has a lot of time to actually think about it. I don't have. But
How
if
much
that
time
could
are you
actually
giving
happen-
yourself, Fabio? Until you're like, okay, I'm done with this, or like I'm gonna put this as a second, like, or more, even more of a secondary thing.
Whenever I
Tertiary.
need to be like, yo, I need to stop. I need to focus on college because this is getting on the way. I'll just stop. I mean,
the
not
hard
stop.
thing.
Like I'll just like do
Pull
like
Waddles once a month. Do a
Oh,
Waddles. Do a
yeah,
once a month stream.
that could happen. I could still be active on Twitter and stuff, but whenever the time comes, I'll be like, yo, I can't do this. I need to focus more on my
Mhm.
college shit. I'll just stop. You know.
Genuinely though, when it comes to me streaming, the reason I haven't streamed because I want to stream when I'm actually having fun. So if I don't feel like I'm not gonna do it, and the second reason is that I want to focus on my business for now. That's really the main reason I haven't been streaming. So yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I mean the thing with COD, it's like I'll stream it because when I'm playing GBs, I can have fun because like I'm playing with stupid people and like we're stupid. We do dumb things in GBs. But like pubs, I don't really like streaming pubs because like most of the time I'm having a bad time. Even when I drop streaks on people, even when I drop like a gunship or something, it's like I had to try hard for those streaks. It's like
Yeah.
I had to put myself in a different mindset to get those kill streaks and everything. And even though the kill streaks are fun, I'm killing people. It's like the trade-off of me having to try so hard to get those things it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
understand.
so I actually don't like streaming pubs because for that exact reason, I don't really have fun. So
Yeah, but if this bozo, I don't even think we know where we like.
Where we wanna
possibly-
go, yeah.
Yeah, like we have
Bozo
no clue.
condo.
Oh
Easy.
guys.
Like we're hoping we can meet TwitchCon Amsterdam. It's in
Yeah.
May 2020. Yeah, May 2020.
Yeah, May 2020.
So if that can happen, maybe like we'll talk and we'll see what happens. See if it's the
Yeah,
same
it's just like-
chemistry in real life. Because that's a big thing. Online is different, way more different than
Yeah.
IRL. So yeah. There's a lot for us to experience. I mean, we're just taking it. We're doing it as fun. We had a hiatus for a little while because we weren't having as much fun for one reason, and number two, we were busy doing our own things. Harry was busy with school. They both got girlfriends. Like fuck that shit, bro. But,
Yeah, bro. They need to drop
Speak about
them.
how-
They need to drop them. They don't understand what they're
dude,
doing.
they're
They're
fucking it up.
ruining. They're ruining. Like
You know,
weird be if
Harry
you're in
actually
here,
just-
dump her.
Harry doesn't stream as much because of his girlfriend. I'm just exposing him right
That's
now.
tough. That's tough.
It's like you can worry about like girlfriends and everything after the grind. The hard grind is
You
done.
put the grind in front.
You
of
gotta
it.
Real
put
shit.
Okay,
the grind should be your girlfriend. All right, the grind should be everything you need.
I
so-
respect
But we're
that,
coming
I
back. We're
respect
coming back.
that.
We're gonna come back to
Yeah.
the grind.
Like, I'm pretty excited for this month because we might have like 4 or 3
really good guests. Yeah.
Yeah, because like we have Chase, then we might have like 3 more. Like we have 2 guaranteed guests now, but if we can maybe get like 2 more or 3 more, and we're gonna close the year like with a huge bang, that would really be awesome for
Big
us.
bang, real shit.
Yeah, because like we want to focus on this year now before we go to 2020. Like we want to make sure we ended this year in good terms, like with this whole podcast stuff.
Right.
So
End it on a high note.
Yeah.
Real shit.
yeah, exactly. That would be elite for me at least.
Real shit.
And how easy do you think it is to do a podcast like this?
I don't know. I mean, it's really comes down to planning. Like, for example, how I got you guys on the cast. Like, I have a list of people. Like, I was in Discord one night. I was in the mob Discord, and we just sat down. We were just talking, and I was like, "Y'all give me ideas for people I should have on the cast." And like, they were throwing names at me, and like, I was rearranging them because like some people fit better with other people to talk with, like have more in common and everything. So it's like, I eventually just like made a draft of a bunch of people, and I don't know. It's like, and when I was in Chase's chat that night that Wild was gifted like 500 subs, it's like I was like, oh shit, I still need people, and I saw Fabio and Waddle was talking. I'm like, bet. So I just DM him, like, I don't know, like it comes down to planning.
Yeah.
We are the worst people at planning stuff. Like we are really bad at.
You're supposed to admit this, Fabio.
There was this day, okay. What was the from all the people we gathered so far? I think maybe Timo. We got him like 3 days before the podcast. I'm not even joking. 3-4 days before the podcast, and it was so rushed. Like we rarely plan stuff.
We're never doing that again. We already agreed. We're never doing that again.
Yeah.
And we had to do the topic list in like the same day.
Really
the
fast.
same day, like right before we got him in. But actually, we pulled it off.
Because like I remember this guy's a YouTuber. We had like a popping channel back in the day, so that's just a bunch of questions, and it actually went well.
Was that our last one?
No.
Oh no, Nuda. Yeah, we did Nuda. Oh, Nuda was a good cast. Yeah.
Yeah, Nuda was cool because
I have I think a decent routine now. It's like podcast is on Friday. I spend the weekend, Saturday, Sunday finding the new person. I'll also upload the previous podcast like Saturday or Sunday, and then tweet out Sunday night or Monday, asking for topics, and then I restart the cycle. So like, that's the routine I have going right now.
I wish I had a schedule like that.
I used to like sit down and think about stuff a lot because I remember when he got Chase and Josiah, I don't think they knew about Chase that well, and I had a lot of questions for him.
Oh yeah, no, Fabio was carrying that shit. I'm not gonna lie, I remember that.
I got like a bunch of questions for that one.
Usually, but that was still good.
Yeah, with Vinny, I think it was the same thing because we're like, we don't know anything about this guy. I knew like some stuff about Vinny, so we're like, oh fuck it, let's do it. I think with Llama, like I think the same thing happened with Llama. Like we didn't know much about him, so we just like let's see what can happen with him and shit. I think the people we knew the most about could probably be Frosty.
That's true. Yeah, Frosty.
Nuda. And
yeah, surprisingly, yeah, Nuda. Yeah, that was good.
And I think Beast and Ultra. I think we were kind of really prepared for these 3 episodes.
Do you feel like it's easier to have a podcast with someone you know, like? Or like, because like when you know more, there's less to question them about because you already know it, right? So
that's
it's like
true, but there's always
it's like a double-edged sword.
I feel like there's always a point in a podcast where improvisation is important.
Yeah,
and when you're with someone you know, it's so much more easier. You just bounce off each other.
Like I think we have like silent for a second. And I was like, I remember the clip he said, "Making a meal doesn't make a chef." I was like, "Yo, do you remember this goal?" And he was just following up and completing the sentence or whatever it is, and it was pretty cool, you know. But with people I don't know that much, for example, with Safe and the Bees, I'm really lost, and I'm really scared of what
we're gonna actually research that guy.
Like, we have to research some stuff. We need to see how cool he could be, you know that.
Right. So I want to get Ace Thug on because like Ace Thug's like he is a unique presence in the community. Like he's like a day 0 type of person. Like he was here before day 1. He like founded the whole Twitch mob. It's like he has a lot of story to him, and I feel like he hasn't joined the actual community. He hasn't joined this new kind of community yet. Like he's an outlier, and some people already have impressions of him, even though he hasn't actually joined the community fully. So it's like
I remember. I think we was gonna get Icy Rapture, and I think he's talking about getting Icy with A-Stug, I'm pretty sure.
So I want to get
But
A-Stug
then-
on, but I really want to
yeah.
face cam.
Yeah, my opinion on A-Stug, I don't know much
Oh.
about him, but it's always like people talk negative about him, so I don't really know
Yeah.
like. who
Yeah,
he's
like
person,
people
so-
people have negatives. They have negative perception of him because
Yeah.
he's not in the community to talk for himself, so other people talk for him or will say things
Yeah.
about him. Like for example, Avalanche will
That
say
happens a
like
lot.
"fuck A-Stug, he's an immature kid, he scams people." It's like, well,
They
if you're
said he
someone,
was stuck in 2012, I think.
like, yeah, it's
Josh
like-
mentioned him on our podcast. He said, "Oh, he's still stuck in the old mentality."
yeah, so it's like whenever it's like that, you can't really go and ask A-Stug because A-Stug's off by himself or like off in his own little bubble. You can't really just go up and
Yeah.
like, hey A-Stug, why are you such a little bitch or something like that. So you can't go and ask for his input. But I think if he gets on the podcast with the face cam and everything, if he wants to, he can start addressing those things, actually joining the community. So I don't
Yeah.
know. There's a lot of misconceptions with them or preconceptions of him.
Yeah. I never
But-
really made my opinion because I was never like friends with him, I guess. So I rather not make like an image of
Yeah.
him. I rather just wait and see what he does and live with it. But
I get that, but like you always have an image of someone, even if you try not
Yeah.
to. I feel
Yeah.
if you hear
Yeah,
people saying shit about someone,
it's very neutral at this point. I don't have like anything decisive,
Mhm.
but
So
I don't have nothing against him.
yeah, I definitely want to do like a Tiki Barber Esports cast of like Ace Thug, Icy, either. Yeah, it might be a big one. It might be a lot of people. It would just be a clusterfuck, really.
that would be a banger.
It would
You
be,
should do
that'd
that.
be hilarious. But yeah, I definitely want to do Ace Thug with somebody. But he needs to get a face cam. He needs to get a face
Who we
cam.
wanted, like we wanted to get V-Paint on, but like
Oh,
I don't think-
brother.
I have no. First of all, like it would be crazy to have a face cam on, but if he wants to face reveal, it'd be better like on his own Twitter or like on his own stream than in our podcast.
Right.
He would be really interesting to have on, in my opinion, because he's like this really fucking. He's just random in my he's just crazy.
I
that
like
guy.
Nick.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
fun.
I like him as well. But it would go pretty well actually.
The thing is
Yeah.
with D-Pain, it's like after following him for so long, like at this point, it's like a lot of the things he does are pretty stale to me. And I don't know if he's gonna realize this anytime soon because, like, for example, I wake up early now. It's like I look at my timeline and I literally just see the same thing between him and Justin saying like how gay they are for each other and like putting gay gifs and all this
Oh
other
no,
stuff.
that's true.
It's like,
yeah.
it's like I
that's
don't
on
have any
Twitter.
like. It's like the thing is like if I see that every single day and I'm seeing the same like format jokes and what else? He tweets in third person like the Pain's gonna go to the bathroom now, or the
I
Pain
remember
got
something.
bullied today, or the Pain just woke up, or the Pain's going to school. It's like
Yeah.
those tweets that I see day in and day out the same stuff over and over. It's like that's stale, bro. It's like why don't
Yeah, but one thing about him, they
I-
build
Okay, go ahead.
his own community. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure more people find it funny every day. Like might not be for us because we used
Yeah,
to it.
that's what I was gonna say.
But
I
if
agree.
people think it's funny and it's hilarious, and I'm pretty sure he's getting a fan base. I don't know like if that's a thing now. But when he got suspended, didn't he get like 10K today?
yeah, he has
Yeah.
very very loyal people. And he still has very very loyal people. But
No, that's what it is, though. Like when it comes to Twitter and tweeting, I mean, it doesn't represent the person, obviously. Like with me, my tweets are fucking garbage. I already know. I'm
But if he
self-aware of
brings
that.
like if he brings his
But it-
Twitter persona to Twitch, it could be something cool.
Yeah, no, but like like other people are gonna like it no matter what. So that's how I think that's what V-Paint thinks. Like you see V-Paint do the fat joke like 100,000 times. You know, bitch named Paige or whatever. You know, that's been used like 1,000 times, but
Yeah.
it works. You know, it
Yeah,
bangs.
it's gonna blow up. It's gonna get.
It's like same reason why people hate Classify though. Like he does weird. Like, he tweets steals a lot of tweets and shit.
It's
People hate
like-
him for that.
I feel like
Well,
I
who
don't
cares?
know the Pain's personality. It's like when you see people's tweets and stuff, they usually like put a little part of them in their
Yeah.
personality. Like like you can tell like if you go back far enough and they've tweeted enough and you've seen them and stream and everything, you usually have a good image of how they are as a person. But it's like with the Pain, it's like I can't tell if like this third person talking is just a facade. It's like no one would mentally be right in the head to like be thinking these things. So I know it's just a facade. So it's like I could see myself doing the same stuff like when I was younger and doing dumbass shit because I used to do.
How old is he? Is he like 17, 16?
Yeah, he's
16?
like 17, it's like 16, 17. So it's like
Oh.
back in the day, I used to make these terrible copy pastas on Twitch. It's like I was in a
Yeah.
different state of mind when I made those copy pastas because there are some terrible things. Like yeah, they're really weird. So it's like that wasn't my personality at all. That wasn't my personality in this class. It's like I had to enter a different mindset to make those weird ass copy pastas. So that's how I feel like
waddles, you know.
that's how I feel like fucking Nick is when he does these weird tweets. It's like he enters a different mindset, like an alternate personality. Like there's Nick, then there's The Paint. It's like, you know, like there's Nick and there's The Paint. It's like I've never seen really Nick. I've seen a lot of The Paint, but I never really seen Nick.
Yeah, that's why I think it would be interesting to have him on. Like, so people need to know who, like, more stuff about him, you know, and that would be elite.
I don't know what they feel. Like, I wonder why they haven't done stuff like that before. I genuinely wonder. Like, are they scared?
Delaying his stuff? Yeah, I don't know. Because he streams.
Oh, like, brother, what is this copy pasta in chat? What is going on? Is this yours, Heighten?
I can't even tell if this is mine.
I'm pretty sure Jack just went on Reddit and got.
Yeah, no, mine's different. Oh, it is mine. Shoot.
Fuck. It is. Oh, brother, what the fuck?
I have one. I have one where it attacks mods. I was like, I just typed in chat and the mods timed me out. I know this was their mistake, but I wish these brain dead retards would do something right for once. Where I'm just like attacking the mods. Yeah, here. See, look at this one. Like the one Jack just put in chat. Like, I had to enter a different mind frame, like different mindset to put something so weird in, like just to create these out of thin air. It's like that was how was this name back in the day. It's like now it's like I'm very much like the same person. Like Heighten and Reagan are very much alike now. It's like I don't feel like back in the day I literally like I was polar opposites. Like the online me who always attacked everybody at all the time was the polar opposite of what I was in person. Like in person I was super nice and everything. And it actually got to the point where I was like, I don't feel comfortable at all, like with my current self. So I reached out to somebody. I reached out to Hudson. I was just like, bro, it's like the me. I was like, the me that you see on Twitter is the complete opposite of what I am in person. I'm just like, I don't know how to. It's like I don't know how to fix this. I just feel bad. So it's like, and what I learned, and he gave me some advice, and like what I learned was like, you learn to either drop the Heighten and just be Reagan, or you just learn to incorporate them with each other. And that's what I did. It's like now I just am.
I think I'm in that spot right now in a weird way. Sometimes I tweet shit. No, sometimes I tweet shit that I genuinely have like a give a fuck about. But like most of the time it's just bullshit to get likes. That's just what it is. But I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, it's like
the whole poop tweet phase you had back in
the poop tweet phase, bro. What the fuck was I thinking? Jesus.
I don't know,
but yeah, no, Heighten, I could definitely see that now. Like with your tweets now, your tweets are great. Honestly, you just say what you fucking think. Literally, that's it.
It's like now I will literally just tweet like what I as a person like Reagan and Heighten think. It's like because now they're the same person. Back in the day, it would be the exact opposite. Like I would be thinking one thing, my online personality would be the exact opposite, and so I would just tweet whatever my online personality thought. So it's pretty bad. So like, yeah, like I wish I knew Nick because I know The Paint is not Nick. So I wish I knew Nick because at the end of the day, it's like your online personality can only take you so far. It's like everyone eventually has to come together. Everyone eventually does.
Why are there a whole Netflix show uncovering Nick The Paint, whatever it is, bro?
That would bag.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah.
Does Nick have merch as well?
Yeah, he came out with some dumbass the Eminem with
like
the.
I don't know, July or August around that time.
So.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Twitter is like a platform they use to grow your audience. Then you do something else. Like it helps a lot. You know, like you build your Twitter and you go do whatever you want, and you might have some support. And that's why people just tweet generic stuff, and they can build their audience. And then when they branch out, they have like a really good number. You know, to start doing whatever the fuck they want.
That's what I think Classify did, you know.
Yeah,
that's like the best example.
I don't mind. Like he did the most normie shit, but like it was going good, honestly, for him. He was getting the impressions, getting the follows, and when he went to Twitch, he got partnered pretty fast, you know. So hey, that's that.
Real shit. Convince everyone. Bro, what are y'all doing in chat? These fools are just ragging on Daniel.
Wait, what's that? I have no clue.
Oh, major.
Yeah, I don't think.
Are they doing like an amateur league?
Yeah, I haven't read
You
Richie
can
and Perch.
qualify for the
Well,
league
so
and stuff? I have no
people will
clue.
be saying that the pro scene is gonna be really good this year because like they're watching like people pro players already play and it's like really hyped up in SND and shit. So I don't fucking know.
Do you think
Oh,
there's
Jackson's
opportunity for new users and people to rise up through this community, or do you think it's only set up for day ones? That's a really good question. I think this cast will actually just prove to you that anyone can rise up because we didn't know who Fabio was 5 years ago. I didn't know who Waddles was 5 years ago.
Exactly.
And the thing is there's a lot of avenues to rise up. Like, there's a lot of avenues. Like, you can either be an IRL of somebody in the community. Like, for example, I have Doc Gore. If I don't know who Doc Gore is, I have his name's Alex. I have another friend like Humberto. Like, he's wanting to join the community. It's like you can be an IRL of somebody, or you can just do something. So you can be very, very active. Exactly. Like, who's Breezy? Literally, all he was active in everyone's chat all the time. He was like nonstop in everyone's streams, being super active, and like on Twitter, doing every own thing, clipping stuff. Like literally, like
that helps you out.
Like literally, like some of Breezy's biggest tweets are just clips of the mob. Yeah, just clips of the mob. So it's like you can, if you have a lot of money, you can buy your way into the community. You will get hate, word to Waddles for a bit, but over time people will actually learn your personality, and then you're actually a part of the community. So it's
that wasn't my intention. I'm just saying I never knew I was gonna get shouted out for the.
Yeah.
Just wanted to,
like
nice in a way, and then it just.
And now we know like Waddles is just a nice guy. Like Waddles would just. Waddles is just a nice guy. Like that's his personality.
Like, he never said, "Juice me and I'll give you this." Like
right.
It was never.
So it's like there's a lot of ways to rise up. You can, but the easiest.
You have to stand out, honestly. Like you can't just be like generic,
No, that's true. Because it's hard to even get 100 followers if you just start out in this community. If you don't have something different about you, and that's just true. There's a lot of kids that are under 100 followers.
It's tough. It's tough. But do something that can make you stand out. Have your own group of friends. I mean, not too close.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. Having like a small like group of friends, you can relate to that can help you grow a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of sub communities, so it's like we were just saying how bad sub communities are, but like if they're willing to accept you and you can be a part of those sub community and then you can branch out further, that's a lot better than trying to join the entire community at once. It's like, because then it's like, oh, that guy, I know that guy is part of Jay's community, or he's part of the Bozo Club community. Like that's easier recognition than just that's that guy. It's just some random guy.
So it's like the mob's too big to be noticed as that guy from the mob community now.
Right. So, that's the guy that's always in Discord. It's like that would be a big one because we're actually trying to revive the Discord right now. So if you're just always in Discord,
get the fuck in the Discord, guys.
Get the fuck in the Discord.
The more communities you are besides the gaming community is cool. Like even just different communities on Twitter in general can be cool. So that can help you grow in general.
Yeah, that's some real shit, Jacob. I honestly feel like I'm not part of any community. I felt the same way, but I think what I do now is like I just grab like the cream of the crop of each community. So like I don't care to follow all the Bozo Club community. Like there's a lot of people in there. Like I don't care to follow all of them. Like, but I follow I follow the Bozo people, and then like maybe like one or two of them, like of the actual community Bozo Club sub community. And like Jay's community, I'll follow Jay, like Peyton, who is Knights with a N,
Knights TV,
and then Null Truth, who is Ariel. It's like I follow like the cream of each community, like the cream of the crop, just so like I know like I'm in all communities. So,
that's cool. That's really cool.
It's like that's one way that I make sure I don't like sit in my own sub community, is like interacting with all of them.
Dog with Pants community,
yeah. But like if I had to put myself in one community, like obviously people would group me with like OGs. Like that's where I would be grouped. Is like I would be grouped with OGs. Yeah. But really like I'm in all communities just because like I like interacting with all the new guys. Or most of the new guys. Yeah. Some people are annoying, but
I guess it doesn't hurt to like know new people, It's just like if it goes wrong, you just cut them off. But like if it's a good thing, you just keep.
Yeah, it's like new people are like the best things because they can have already established talents. Like when Oreo joined the community, it's like this man was putting out edit after edit, like, and these were funny edits. And it's like all these things. It's like that was really cool. Like Oreo joining the community and like putting out these edits that were just pure comedy and everything. So it's like that was nice. And then JHB, whenever he finally, like JHB, I think was in the community for such a long time.
Yeah.
Whenever he finally started using his editing skills to like make memes and everything, it's like that was really fun. So it's like it's good to know or be a part of all the sub communities. You be a part of the mob as a whole, so you can actually like talk with new people.
Yeah. So I think the best way to grow now is to like find a group that you can, identify yourself with, and then just branch out.
I can think of a good example. Do you guys remember XD clowns? I mean, there were a bunch of clowns, but they did grow pretty quickly,
Mm-hmm.
So that's another example.
Wait, I don't remember who was in there. I was like, fucking. It was hard to know who was in there, but I didn't know about the shit they were doing, because they grew up pretty quickly.
No, but they were all getting follows from that shit, and it was awful.
That's what happened, But I remember as well, like, there were a bunch of communities before even us. Like, yeah, Fame Gaming. Yeah. I remember Sus Gang was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sus Gang was.
Sus Gang. Oh,
God.
It was really sus. Let's not be lying to ourselves. Jack made a good point though. Like V-Paint stands actually have more than 1K plus.
Yeah, these paint stands are actually insane, and I'll never follow any of them. Let me just put that out there.
Some of them are funny actually, but some of them are mentally crazy. Oh, yeah, Baby Slapper. That has to be the first person I have blocked in this community is Baby Slapper. And
really?
Yeah. It was like last year or something, and I think I was in a thread, and he shows up in a thread. I'm like, who's this guy? I click on his profile, and I see what the fuck is this guy posting. I block him immediately. It's fucking. It was terrifying, honestly. I don't know if he's the person doing that shit, or if he just finds random videos and he's the person with the hog, bro. His page is cursed. I despise that dude.
Exactly. I remember when Exactly was on Twitter 16 hours a day, posted, tweeted, tweeted 10 every 10 minutes, like actual tweets, reply to people every 10 seconds.
I didn't mind him tweeting at people. What I minded was like I think he put me in a group chat with a bunch of people, and I had like under 1K, and I was like cool with it, I guess. And he would always self-promote. Every single one of his tweets, he was saying, "Oh yeah, guys, retweet this, please, like this." I was like, "Fuck off!"
That guy.
I just left it, and I was like, "Dude."
That guy skyrocketed in the community because of how active he was on Twitter. Now, you don't have to be that active, but like, he like was exploding because it was just hyperactivity. Like he would not put Twitter down or away for half a second. Wake up, tweet nonstop until he goes to sleep. Wake up, repeat. Like anyone in the community will see you if you're replying and liking everything, because people like that. People like active people. So it's like, that's one way to go up.
Oh no, it wasn't an Ava Fisher rule. I think for us he hit like a milestone, maybe 40K, 30K or something, and he said thank you guys or something for 30K.
Oh,
and the kid said, "Oh, you're welcome."
That's what made got him a lot of hate. Though,
yeah, that's why I got hate. He said you're welcome for the promotion, or he made it look like
he had an ego. Yeah,
he was responsible for making people. I was like, dude, shut up! Like, it's so dumb. It was so dumb.
But I mean, yeah, like he hit 1K followers so quickly. I remember that when he blew up, it was weird.
That dude said everybody promoted in every GC. Bro, I hated that. I usually just leave GCs if people do that shit. I'm out of this. It's so annoying. But I guess you got to get there somehow.
All right. So we're about to reach the 2-hour mark. Before we do,
2 hours?
Yeah. Before we do, if you have any pressing questions in chat, throw them now.
Come at me.
Yeah. And closing discussions or statements between Fabs and Waddles.
Why Fab is so good looking? I don't know. Bro.
Waddles is getting first round into it. That's a statement. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. It's incorrect, okay? I have right? I was a 2-time pod champ. Okay, I wasn't really, but I'm not getting.
He said statements, yes.
It's funny. Me and Waddles knew each other from COD. Like we used to snipe and shit. And
bro, I
met him. As soon as I got done playing competitive, I went to sniping and shit, and I met him like right away. So that was pretty cool, actually.
Listen, as long as we get the host change rule, I will not get first rounded because me and Breezy are actually really good. I'm not capping.
So there's some questions. When does the tourney start? 11 p.m. CST, noon. Yeah, EST. Eastern.
Isn't 12 p.m. Eastern?
Noon. Yeah. 11 a.m.
pretty early start.
Yeah, it's
should be
early.
Sorry, it was actually my fault because of the Bozo cast.
Yeah. I mean, because Chase is also in, so
it should be like 3 hours, I think, around.
Wait, is it double elimination?
No.
No,
Best of
but
three.
I worked it out. The most amount of games it can be in total is 48, and if you do 48 games, 48 games takes about 3 hours to play.
I mean, how many sets do you have to win?
Well, it's best out of 3, so you won't know. What do you mean?
Oh,
Like,
he's
that's
asking how many people are in the.
A
How many?
straight sweep. If every game went to a decider, the amount of games it would be is 48 games.
We don't know how
No,
many rounds
that's
there
not-
are.
how
We don't.
many-
We don't know how
yeah,
many
yeah,
rounds there are.
Yeah, but
Oh,
how
yeah.
many fucking sets do you have to win to get to grand finals? Like 3 or 4?
Probably
Like, to
4.
beat, what, 3
No, 4
teams?
is 4. Yeah, 4. If you win 4, you win the whole tournament. If you win 4 games,
Okay.
yeah.
That's pretty
Because
fast.
16. Yeah.
Because usually with delays, every tourney is like loser brackets. That takes a lot of time to get through.
Yeah, there'll be straight sweeps in there as well. People get absolutely murdered.
I do want. If Waddles gets first round, I want it to be by someone we know. Cause like, what am I gonna say? How am I gonna trash talk Waddles if some
what
random
you talk
person
about.
first
You
rounds
change
him?
it.
Like, I want all the known people at the one side of the bracket, all the unknown people bottom side of the bracket, so they're also facing each other. So if someone gets eliminated that we know, it's us doing the eliminating. You know, it's more fun.
Like randoms, they should play each other, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure that you should group you guys each other. I mean,
Yeah, he did it
each other,
randomly through a number
Yeah,
generator,
but
so it wasn't
maybe
really his
he
fault.
should like.
Yeah,
maybe he should
we'll talk
seed
with
it.
him for
Yeah,
sure.
you guys
we'll
should
try to
seed
sort
out
something
and
out.
make all the guys play
Oh, we
together
ain't got
and
long,
shit.
to be honest. We
Yeah.
we gotta be up
You
early
guys should
tomorrow.
talk in like an hour or 2 hours and see if we get that shit.
Yeah, we
fixed.
gotta
It's
try and
so-
fix some.
I really want to see these grudge matches because that's the best thing in the community. Like seeing people trash talk each other and play it out and just
Wait,
it's
no,
the
no,
best thing
okay.
ever.
Joey, we faced Blanksy and what's the other guy? No, we faced Graham and Lambo, the guys that beat you 3 out of 2 games, and we beat them 2 games in a row. On their host, we beat them 6-4.
Ooh.
How are you going to beat
I
us
love this
if we
trash
beat the guys who beat you? It doesn't make sense. You're going to get slapped if we go in second round and face you.
You see why I like this?
Also, I want to let everyone know that Icy and I have 0 time played together for this tournament. Obviously,
Okay,
we
let's
played
go,
like
let's go.
we played the past like year, 2 years, but this COD playing for this tournament 0 time
I know
because
Richie,
he's a snake.
I know Richie played a lot of COD. I mean, played a lot of COD back in the day. So
Richie used to be semi-pro.
yeah, that's why
Yeah.
that's like he's one of my top picks to win this tourney. But this is a new game, and new
I'm s-
games usually have like different mechanics, different stuff that you don't know about, and people only get really good like when the game is like mid life cycle, you know. So
Yeah,
early
true.
life cycle, it's really easy to get bopped by people like you're better than.
That's why I like this
So-
tournament though, because even gunfight, anyone can win
And
a
it-
round.
yeah,
It
and
can
it's
go
gunfight.
anywhere. It's
People
like
are
really
not used to.
random.
Like people are not used to this whole health regen, like no health regen.
Right.
Like if I tag somebody and I look at the health pool and I see, oh, this amount's like 150 health, I'm gonna push 100%. I'm pushing, and once people know how the meta works for this, it's gonna be like really crazy to watch, and I'm hyped for that. Honestly,
I'm saying this right now. If Graham's team wins, I'm giving away a K. Okay, I said it
I don't
right
even-
here. I don't give a fuck. If
Hey, yo, let me
Graham
pull some
team
strings real
wins,
quick. Let me pull some
I'm going to
strings.
drop $1,000. Okay, I
Alright,
don't
make
give
some
a
phone calls.
You're
What
gonna
if what
use-
if what if I win, Waddles? What's happening if I win?
Yeah, nothing happens. You're
Okay,
not
well,
bad. So
okay,
it doesn't,
well,
doesn't count.
damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Richie and Flaro is the
hyped for
team that
that.
scares me the most. I'll be honest. Richie and Flaro is the team that scares
The
me the
reason I
most.
think Flower is scary is because like he's a fucking keyboard nerd and shit. And he has
Real
like,
shit,
1
Richie.
taps, 2 taps and shit. So there could be a round where he just pops off and snowballs and 6-0 somebody, you know, and that could happen easily. But
Yeah, like Flaro could literally just use his. He could post up in a
Yeah.
corner and use his insane aim to get out of the
he doesn't even have to
situation.
move. He doesn't even have to move.
He could just be a turret.
I know we were just playing private match and messing around, but I don't know if like the way he plays COD is way weird.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
COD,
Yeah.
COD is different than most games, you know.
But he has good fucking aim, like no doubt
Yeah,
about that.
yeah,
His
yeah.
aim is ridiculous.
So
Wait,
yeah, I
who's
think-
Richie playing with? Who's Richie playing with?
Flyro,
Flyro.
that's their team.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
it's actually the most stacked team I
It's a-
think there
It's
is.
a console nerd and then the fucking PC nerd. That's it. That's cool.
It's Richie's actually playing on PC with a
Wait,
console
he's-
controller. With the controller.
Oh, okay. That's
So he gets the benefit of
Yeah,
FPS
yeah,
and
I'm
all that.
excited, man. I'm excited. Oh, for real.
I'm hyped to see this because when I get COD, I will literally just host exhibitions of people that trash talk each other, that play each other for money. I'll just do that all the time. I won't even play the game that well, you know.
Real shit. Should do it.
I'm a,
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I'm a like
Even if I get first round, it's gonna be so funny, dude. I would love it.
Bro,
There's this
yes.
guy.
I want
Like,
to
he
first
was-
round somebody that I know, so I can trash talk
Oh,
them.
that's gonna be so funny, bro.
Bro, that's
There's
what I
this guy
want.
in the fighting community, like he wasn't even good. Like he was really active on Twitter, and he was like, "These people are having beef. I have $50 on my pocket. Yo, run it up." And he's like partnered now. He's pretty famous in the community. That's like what I actually want to do now, because people think they're good at COD, better than everybody, and I'm like, "Yo, fuck it, run it up." 2v2s.
Okay.
Real shit.
I think that's it, boys.
All right, so before we end it, I have a would you rather. So,
Oh God.
my usual statement got a 100%. Like I would present 3 options, and 100% of the time, one option was chosen. So I've scrapped that. I'm now going to go to the internet to find better would you rather's.
Go ahead.
So this one, would you rather have no one show up to your wedding or your funeral? 0 attendance at one of them.
0 attendance at one of them. I think funeral is better. No attendance at my funeral, because at least I was alive during my wedding, even if they were fake.
Yeah, I'd say funeral, because you won't be able to see them and see how they.
It's
feel.
better. Like if I live a happy life, even if it was fake, I was happy during the time I was alive. So I'll take that.
You also gotta remember, if they don't turn up at your funeral, actually no. I was gonna say if they don't turn up at your funeral, it might hurt other people around you. But they didn't turn up either, so it doesn't fucking matter. So you just might as well say the other. Yeah.
You can just hunt. You can just haunt all of them. Real shit.
True. Yeah.
Real shit.
That's a lot of haunting to do, bro. You can just go anywhere you want when you're haunting these people. Respect it. All right.
So fuck it. Funeral's the answer, I guess.
Wait, hold on. Even your family won't show up though.
That's so bad.
No one.
I'm still gonna go with funeral. I honestly think it's a better option.
Yeah, at least I live happy,
Yeah, I think I'll go with funeral just because I'll be gone. Even though if I'm a ghost, I would be really, really sad. I would be more sad if I was somehow a ghost and I saw no one at my funeral. I'd be more sad than if I was in real life at my wedding and no one showed up at my wedding.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's fair enough.
You're gone forever.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we're ending the Bozo cast, or not? What the fuck? What is it, Bozo cast? Bro,
I mean,
how is this the podcast? Episode 6 is out.
That was fun.
We'll see you fudger later.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
bye,
everybody.
Peace
Bye
out,
bye.
man.